Can you fucking close? What the fuck is this shit? This is crazy. What? What is that? Alright, that's strange. Why did that take my YouTube banner? That's hilarious, no? Alright, fuck it. Hello. Hey, Yoshi. How's it going, mate? That's good, mate. How you doing? How do you do it, Yoshi? I reset the stream and you're the first one here. I swear, you've got the most insane refresh pools in the world. You're gonna need to change your fucking name from Big Yoshi to fucking Yoshi the Kid or something. No, I was just streaming, but I reset the stream because I had to fucking because the other one was just Elden Ring and this one's just going to be chatting, and I want to have it like separated so that way things will, like, I can organize the streams into like just chatting and whatever. That's the wrong way. Anyway, it's a little bit easier, and because this one's just chatting. So Happy New Year's. Can you do Ace Combat? I probably won't, to be honest with you, man. The Perspective series is not ending, but it's coming to a close. Like, it's going to be very infrequent. Not infrequent, but it's going to be like maybe twice a month or once a month at a push. No, I don't want to do another fucking 50 Perspective videos this year. Happy New Year. Next video is going to give you... No, I didn't get the W. I did not. I gave up. I hit 4,000 deaths and I was like, all right, now it's time to pack it in. You've only seen the Perspective videos? I mean, yeah, so I've just got some things that I want to like do videos on, to be honest. And like I'm like I'm not hamstrung, but I feel like I've been... All right, Keith, have a good one, mate. Not hamstrung, but I just feel like there's a lot more that I can do in terms of my videos. I don't think I will be doing only the Perspective videos, but I think no, I don't think... I'm not going to finish the Perspective videos, but I want to do other stuff. So the next one is going to be how do I describe it? Then, well, my friend said that he went schizo when he was... Well, my editor said he went schizo with just the fucking just the script and like the audio of me talking. So it's pretty bad. Not bad, but it's a completely different concept. So there's a lot I want to talk about. And like, yeah, I think the Perspective series has kind of run its course a little bit. So the next one is going to be about Click, like the Adam Sandler movie, and Black Mirror. And then also AI and Freedom Cities. So that's the four like kind of subjects. Hey man, how's it going? Hey Jules. Like, that's like the four things that are connected in this video. So try to think about how they're connected. Like Click, Black Mirror, Freedom Cities, and yeah. It might be like once a week, once every few weeks to once a month, depending on like what videos I have planned that I want to do in general, because it's like the perspective will be more like a filler thing. So that way, when I don't have a video for a week, I'll just do a perspective video. And then when I have good ideas that I want to do, then I'll do those ideas. And then because I have like a few good ideas that are coming up now in my head and we've been working on them, that I want to do them now. And also because January, February and March are really bad months for the channel in general. It's just a lot better to start like testing the waters now to see what happens with it, than to do it later on down the year and then I could just like, if it's failed, like if it's a failed experiment, I just go back and then do it on another channel or something. But yeah, I just want to have a try. I want to do something else. Not something else, but I want to do other things rather as well. Let me just get some. No. It's not that I'm quitting it, yeah, but oh no, people have copied the idea, and that's the problem as well. Is like there is now a lot more competition in that space, and people are starting to do these videos too. So you know, there's no point trying to compete with these people. Like, because yeah. What's my favorite type of content to make? I don't know yet. That's the point, right? Like I've literally done I like to just think of like do unique concepts and videos, right? So like it's just I like to do unique ideas or like, you know, create like do something different. I don't really like to do what everyone else is doing. Like I've always been like kind of like countercultural, I guess, or like not necessarily countercultural, but like like I like to just like try to see things that other people don't necessarily see. Hence the perspective series, actually. Elden Ring. Yeah, I mean that's just me throwing my head at a wall. You don't really need to try. I saw one or two others accidentally, and straight away I could tell they went up to your standard. I think it's because everyone expects a certain thing. If you've been introduced to my content, when someone does something similar, you're always going to be comparing them to me. WW2. Hey! No, Yoshi. This is not your fucking like farming comment right there. That's not a like farming comment. That's a spicy comment. I don't know how Yoshi does it, man. Every time I go onto a video, I swear to God, Yoshi has like thousands of likes on every single comment he ever posts. It's crazy. But yeah, no, it's not about doing it best or worse or anymore. It's just I just want to do something else a little bit. See if it's me and not just the idea, you know? Like I want to know if it's my skill that actually actually is what makes my channel good, and not just an idea that that got me there. Do you know what I mean? I hope it's like I do hope it's me. You know what I mean? How's my 2026 been? Very short so far. But I ordered a new laptop. No, not a new laptop. I ordered a desktop. For the first time in 10 years, I'm going to have a desktop computer. Where you take? Get for studio. Yeah, fair enough. But it's, I mean, like, it's not really about giving myself, like, credit or not credit. It's just the fact that it's like, do I ever worry that I will underperform if I branch out into other content? Yeah, of course I do. But, you know, the perspective videos are underperforming for what my channel needs. Like, December was meant to be like a really good month, right? And, you know, as time's gone on, like, there's a very gradual trend downwards, especially when I do weekly uploads as well. So the problem is, right, like, there's realistically, like, this is something I've been thinking about. Weekly uploads are actually a really bad method for generating an audience, because it's like, you know, if you take like daily uploads, like if you look at like all of the people that upload daily, they're very like low budget things, but they're more like personable. So if you like look like Atriarch, Moist Critical, like pretty much anyone that uploads daily, it's just them talking into a webcam or whatever, and they're just chatting with chat or whatever, right? But it's like, you get kind of used to the daily uploads cycle, so you know, it builds up over time, and then because it's every single day, people get used to it, and then it's like you build like this like thing with the audience. When you do like really high effort videos, like if you look at like Internet Historian and stuff, like people get, and like they want to yeah, our jokes as well, right? But you know, people get hyped for the next video. When you do a video every week, yeah, when you do a video, sorry, I was just reading that. When you do a video every week, it's like, it's not enough to get like a really high quality video, but it's also not like, it's not so frequent that it's like every single day, so people don't get accustomed to a new video all the time. So it's, yeah. And then also with the perspective videos as well, there's only so many popular things, and after the I'm gonna say utterly dismal performance of the Palpatine video, Palpatine shocked me, because like I was expecting Palpatine to be like, you know, like a lot, like, I expect Palpatine to do like 10 times better than it did. Glad to catch your stream. I love your videos. Your recent upload brought me to tears. Yeah, I mean, I think I like that quote. Well, not quote, but I mean, you know what I said there. I don't even know if anyone. I don't know if that's a quote or not. Look at Salmonella. Man vanishes for years. If Pliny explains all video blew up. Yeah. They kill Star Wars, a related video stuff. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's also the other thing as well. Star Wars is just like a dying thing. No, I think with the perspective things, it's better to have like less frequency for the perspective, because they have a higher burnout rate. And when I was doing them, like, there was a period, yeah, no, I like the video too, but what I'm saying is, like, if you do these things every single week, like especially with like the perspective videos, it's like the audience burnout rate increases. And so it's like, you know, when I did, like, if we take like June, July, in June and July, I was doing, like, I had a period where I was doing a video every 2 weeks, and then the amount of views I got on those videos was higher in general. Like, there was a lot more people coming back, like, it was like, there's a lot more going on. So there's, and also the other thing is like the viewer return rate is really low as well. So you think like most channels, they like viewer return rate, like core, like dedicated fan base is like 10%, 10 to 15% of their views will come from that. Mine's like 3. So it's just not sustainable long term, you know? Like, my casual viewer rate is great. My casual viewer rate is like 50% or 40% or something, right? So it's good. But it means that people are coming in for one video, but not coming in for all of the videos. And it's like, I want to find a way of like getting more people in for every video. Yeah, like really, that's what happens. So You know, it's because I cover a range of topics. So sometimes it's a video people like, sometimes it's a video people don't like. So I want to see what happens when I do videos that have like a unique premise to them. And actually talk about something and see what happens, see if people just come back. So I do think that the next video that I have is a very unique spin on things. And I hope it says something important. Actually, the next two videos I have are very unique spins on things, and I hope they both say something important, and they should. And I think the other thing is like, with the perspective series as well, there's only so much. I'm just projecting a complete delivery of the perspectives of the movie itself. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, but it's not everyone, unfortunately. And I think, you know, like, they got largely formulaic towards, like, yeah. Call him, yeah. Whoopsies. Hello, lovelies. Hello, mate. How's it going? Philadelphia's close to my dad, actually. I'm glad you enjoyed the previous video, man. I mean, that was it was a hard video to get out, in all honesty. It was tough to like do that video, to be honest with you. Like, it was like, to be honest, a lot of these videos that I'm doing at this point in time, like these three, like especially these first three videos I'm doing right now, they've been there for about 8 months now. So I just wanted, like, I also just wanted to get them out and do them for the first time in my fucking life. So, and I think some of them, they are more topical. How do I get into the mindset of the characters? I just think about it from their perspective. How would they feel? That's it. How would they feel? How would I feel if I was them? Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, honestly. Yeah, like these videos, like the. I wouldn't be surprised if you originally want to do Home Alone 2 video from Trump's perspective. Sees you appeared for 3 seconds. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh no, I didn't even want to include the Donald Trump in the Home Alone video at all. But it was such a good joke. I could not do it. Yeah, every time I like do something like that, like there is actual like fucking personal cost to it, which is a big problem, right? Like, my dad lives in America, so now I have that joke, and I want to go to the States, and they want to look over my history and my past. Like, it's going to be a big problem. Like, I worry that I won't be allowed into the States for a while, so I won't be able to see my dad. I've seen my dad once in fucking 10 years. It's actually worrying. It's actually worrying. If you could do any kind of content you wanted and make the same money you would by following trends, what would it be? I don't know, probably gaming, to be honest. Hey Ty, thank you, mate. I mean, there is. I mean, like, I'm gonna say now, like, I've technically written fucking 2 books. Like, there's 2 books that sit on my computer that never been published. Which country do I live in now? Brazil. 3 years is a long time, though. My dad's like, you know, in 3 years' time, my dad's gonna be near enough 70. Like, my dad will be 70 in 3 years. So he's not getting any younger. Like, yeah, I'm already seeing the age. I mean, I think, to be honest, I'm very happy with what I'm doing. The next few videos I'll be doing, I'm very happy to do them. Like, I want to do these videos. Because but then again, if I could actually do anything like video related, it would be wildlife documentary narration. Just one of my things. Come visit Cape Town, South Africa. I do want to go to South Africa, actually. Unfortunately, I'm going to say part South African. Well, no, not really South African. I mean, like, he was from England, wasn't he? My great granddad was born in South Africa. That doesn't really make me South African. That makes me fucking. That makes me feel uncomfortable, to be honest with you. God. Yeah, my granddad, he lived in my granddad lived in South Africa all his life, pretty much. David Attenborough's documentary with the animals. Jesus. I just love documentaries. It's just one, like, my favorite form of, like, entertainment. But I like natural documentaries, like Planet Earth and stuff. Any favorite US cities you've been to? I don't know. Don't know if I can say I liked a US city, to be honest with you. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, yeah, I just don't want to be the perspective guy anymore. Guys, because I've been to a lot of US cities, Like, I've been to a lot. I've even been to Minneapolis for some reason. I would say that I'm very happy with Brazil. Brazil has problems. I haven't been to Seattle. I'd like to go. I've got some friends up in Seattle as well. Yeah, no, I'm very happy with Brazil. But if it wasn't Brazil, it would probably be New Zealand. New Zealand's a great country as well. Yeah, I do feel soda. I do feel very burnt out from being the perspective guy. That's also the reason why I transformed the Lord thing as well. Because every time people come and talk to me, they'll be, eu posso falar português, mas eu preciso aprender mais. Yeah, the Lord thing, because everyone would just be like, my Lord, and I'm like, fuck, I can't deal with this. Yeah, Minneapolis. I went there with my dad for a weekend for some inexplicable reason. It was random. I had a good time though. Reasonably. I ended up going on a Tinder date that lasted like 3 days. Oh, fucking hell. I went to the Mall of America, which is kind of interesting. If you were and felt safe to do a US trip plan for the Pacific Northwest during summer, Portland, Seattle, Vancouver, BC, I mean, I don't think I'm going to America anytime soon, to be honest with you. America's pretty not off the cards, but it's not looking likely. So, but I'd like to go to Canada. Canada'd be nice. I've never been to Canada, unfortunately. And Mexico. I want to go to Mexico as well. I think I want to go to Mexico more than I want to go to the US. Like, I really, really want to go to Mexico City because I really, really want to see, like, the ruins for Tenochtitlan. My interest is mostly in the skating. Like, I like to skate and rollerblade. I do both. That's basically my week routine. Been to Europe or Asia much? Asia, no, I've been to Japan. That's pretty much it, to be honest with you. And then Europe, I've been to France, Spain, Greece, Portugal, Hungary. I forgot about Hungary. Yeah, that's crazy. I forgot about Hungary. Oh gosh, mate, we get to choose which arsehole will change the policy for the next 4 years. Hey, I mean, it's better than having an arsehole in power for 20 years, isn't it? I've never been there, but my family's originally from Canada. From what it's pretty expensive there, yeah. My favorite season? I don't know, maybe spring or autumn. Maybe spring. I think spring has like the nicer mornings, because it's like when it's like autumn, it's starting to get a bit, especially in England, it's starting to get like into the wet, dreary time. Whereas with spring, it's like kind of building up to the summer. So you have like 2 weeks, like a few weeks at the end of spring, where it feels like really nice, where the mornings are very crisp, the afternoons aren't so hot. Least favorite place I've visited? I'm gonna maybe LA. LA was pretty shit. Miami was shit too. No, Miami wasn't bad. What else? Take it easy, little duck. Also, a place you visit again. I always New Zealand. I love New Zealand so much, and Australia. But like, I'd love to go back to Australia. I'd love to go back to Darwin, just because I lived there for so. It felt like I lived there for so long. I'm allowed to see if it was still the same. Darwin was cool though. Darwin was awesome. I don't think I'll go back to Japan. Japan's like not great. You know, after working for a Japanese in a Japanese restaurant, I kind of didn't like it anymore. They're not that different, to be honest with you. There's some slight differences. Like Australians are. This is Stardew Valley music. Australians are way more racist than New Zealand. Like Kiwis. Like, they're way more racist. Like, overtly racist, actually. You lived in Darwin and enjoyed it. How did you survive the heat, humidity, and the boredom? Well, you know, like, you just got fucking drunk every day, didn't you? That was basically it. You just drink. And then you go to bush parties. It was sick. He wasn't that bad. It's hotter here, to be honest with you. So, yeah. At least in New Zealand, they try and, like, dress it up as not being so fucking racist. But no, actually, the first day, or I think it was like the first day or the second day that I was in Australia and when I was in Cairns, I was walking down the street and I was going past a fucking Woolies, and there was two people fighting on the side of the road. They were Indigenous, right? And the girl comes running up to me going, he's gonna kill me, he's gonna kill me. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Why the fuck is what? I'm like, I can't do anything. I haven't even got a phone with me or anything. And then this fucking Australian lady just cries out from the side of the road, just goes, hurry up and fucking kill each other already. I'm fucking sick of your shit. And I was just like, woof. Okay. Hi, Vento. How's it going? Who are the most friendly countries in your travels? I mean, I think every country has like a friendly. The thing is like, you know, there's a lot of countries that are inherently more welcoming to people with a big backpack. So there's always going to be a reasonable amount of people who are friendly to you if you have a big backpack on. Because everyone wants to put on their best face to a what's it called? To a traveler. because you know they want like the people to go home and say nice things about their country and that kind of shit. So yeah, if you're walking around and you look a bit sketchy, the people are going to be a bit more unfriendly to you. But if you're walking around with a big backpack, people are typically nice to you. How was I getting around when I was jumping cities? It was mostly buses, hitchhiking, ride shares, that kind of shit. But mostly buses and airplanes. It depends where I was. You're high on Zans? That's not great. I mean, I don't want to judge you for being high on Zans, man. It's just I feel a bit weird if someone announces as their first message, "Hi, I'm high on Zans." It's just like, okay. Okay, that one's Twitch. Why are people going to Twitch all of a sudden? Makes no sense. But yeah, Woolies. It was hard to even break free of the Woolies thing. Place Japan. Even when I was in New Zealand, and then when Woolies became Countdown, I was just like, fuck, what is going on here? So, like, don't get me wrong, Japan's nice. Like, they helped you make a big life decision? Okay, that's good. He's hi, how are you? Hi, no. Oh, my favorite one is gotta be Hard Out. Hard out, bro. You're just like you chatting to a Kiwi, and you're just hard. I'm just like, what? The fuck are you saying? You mentioned different personalities you had while traveling. Could you elaborate a little bit? You know, it's just like you go to a different place, and then it's like, oh, I feel like being a little bit more outgoing this time. I say you could just like experiment without the risk of like of problems, I guess. And like sometimes it was like to do with like people as well, the people that you're around. Like some people was a little bit more outgoing, some people was a little bit more quiet, some people was a little bit more it's a little bit different to a new school kind of thing. Because it's like, when you go to a new school, you're inherently, it's slightly different because you're going in as a new person to a new environment where everyone else is already established. When you're a traveler, everyone is the new kid. And so there is no established thing unless you're going to like a working hostel. Like, and so everyone is kind of like on this equal playing field of no one knows anyone. No one knows who anyone is, so there's no established cliques or anything like that. So it's a lot less. There's a lot less risk, and there's a lot less not implicit threat, like social. Like, I want to say social threat, like as a weird way to frame it, but it's like there's no cliques necessarily. There can be, but it's not as frequent. If nobody knows you and there are no real consequences. And and that's the other point, it's always temporary. Whereas at school, it's like who you are is who you're gonna, well, not necessarily who you're gonna be, but you're gonna be in that place for a while, right? So you're gonna like establish who you are at that point in time. And that'll be it for a few years at least, until you grow up a little bit. My cat's perspective, it would just be like, how can I lick myself to on board? How did you meet new people when you traveled abroad? It's like you just go to hostels and you meet people there. I don't know how it'd be now, because like social media is a lot worse these days. So I think also the other thing that was important was like, especially with like the working hostels as well, because like when I did like when I was like in cities, and like, because like a lot of people, some people, they'll go to like Australia, and what they'll do is they'll go to like Sydney or Melbourne or something, right? And they'll go to like they'll sit in a hostel, and then they get a job in a bar, and then they'll move into like a little apartment house share thing for a few months. And then just kind of like live a life there, like a little life. And I did that like one time in New Zealand, but I did it with like we rented this apartment, and there was like, it wasn't an apartment, it was like a full fucking house. But there was like 8 of us living in this house, and it was only like a 2-bedroom house. So there was like 2 of us sleeping in the garage, and everyone else was sharing a bed. But it's like, you know, you just go to like hostels, you go to places where there's work, and like, I don't know, it's like, for me, I didn't really enjoy the being in the city thing as much. I think it was fine, but it was just like being back in England. Like, there was no real difference. Whereas when I was like on the farms and I was like working in the like backpacker hostels and stuff, like it felt good. Like, you just be with these guys. Like, there's not as much social media there because there's the internet's fucking garbage. So everyone's just like playing ping pong, playing poker, like playing cards, like playing basketball, whatever. And so everyone's just having a good time. But again, I don't know how it'd be now. Like, it might be a bit different. So it's like there's so many ways that you can do traveling as well. Like, especially like long-term traveling like that. But a lot of people, they don't last that long. But you can always tell by where they're from. Like, if they're German, they're not going to be there for more than a year, right? If they're French, the French can go either way. It's like they could be like 2 or 3 years, maybe. Sometimes they were quite long. English people was like 6 months. Because the English, it's surprising, but English people get homesick real fucking quick. But you always had like the outliers as well. There's always a few people that were like me, and they were. I'm not being racist. I'm being generalist to different nations. I'm not discriminating based on their skin color. I'm discriminating based on like the nationality. That I'm English and I'd be the worst to English people. But yeah, you get the occasional outlier of people that are there for ages, but they're very few and far between. When it was COVID, everyone that was like in the country during COVID was like the real long-term travelers, or like the long-term backpackers like me. So like everyone had been like in New Zealand for like 2 or 3 years at the time. I think if the French had Louisiana back, they'd probably do a much better job than the US. And oh, there's so many cringe tourist spots. There's so many cringe tourist spots. Like, but sometimes the cringe places are the funnest. You know, like when I think about Darwin, there's a cringe bar that we always used to go to called Monsoons, right? And it is like the most generic cringe fucking bar that exists. But it was always full of people. But the music was shit. The beers were shit. But it was just fun because all you did was get absolutely wasted and just like have a good time. What's considered a cringe tourist spot in the places that you went to? I mean, there's so many places, man. There's so many cringe tourist spots. I mean, I would say Queenstown is just like a cringe town. Because it is just all tourism. Like, all tourism. And it's... worst experience when I had when I was traveling? Probably, like, the implicit threat of being homeless. That was pretty difficult. Or maybe just like the whole year of COVID, losing my visa, and then just like having no fucking idea how I was going to survive. That was pretty difficult. Yeah. There's a few things that happen in my travels that were pretty bad. I mean, it's fine. It was a good time. It was a good learning experience, actually. Like, you know, I remember there's like a mall in Melbourne. Like, I just got given this fucking, hey man, hey Swag Taxi, how's it going, mate? When I met these Australian people, I'd just been given this laptop by them, right? And I was just like sitting in this mall. And I just like, it was like the only place that I could go to all day, every day, and I used to sit in there overnight as well. What happened to the people who got struck by lightning in that story? They did nothing. They just fucking fell into the water. Oh yeah, no, it could have 100% been way worse than it was, but I glossed over it because that was basically it. Everyone would just went, "Whoa, that was crazy," and then we just carried on drinking and went back inside. That was the whole story after that. There was no like death or anything. It was just, wow, that was weird, and then we continued on with our lives. Australians, redneck British people? No, because there's a lot of Australians that are normal, but then there's bogans. The abrupt ending sound like they got electrocuted? No. If it was like a serious thing, I would have spoken more about it. But it's more of just like it's like another little filler story to like lighten the load, like I did with the fucking guy trying to massage me. Massage. Because it's like, it's like such a long thing and there's a lot of things that I'll say. So I needed to add a few like light-hearted or like less horrible things. Any 2026 travel spots for me? Probably not, to be honest with you. Like me and my partner were doing some stuff together, but I have no desire to travel at the moment. Massage, not message. Massage. Thanks, man. I did. I mean, I don't want to call it storytelling because it's me telling my story. Like storytelling is so like it's like telling a like it's hard to explain. So but I mean, like this year, I think I'm hoping we'll go to. Well, I was looking at going to the Pantanal, but it's enormously expensive. The other thing, there's a few things I'm thinking about. There's Minas Gerais, because I have a friend in Belo Horizonte who knows of a ayahuasca retreat that I want to go to for a few days, or it's going back to Ecuador to do the ayahuasca retreat there for like a week or two, but we'll see. That one's a little bit harder to swing. Yeah. I mean, I hope people enjoyed it, but it wasn't, I don't know. I mean, like, I've only got like a 20, like, it's got like a fucking 20% average view duration. I mean, people are only sticking around for 10 minutes of the video, so it's like, in terms of nice spots, I think there's a couple of places I could have lived in Australia. Definitely New Zealand. I think Tekapo in New Zealand would be nice to live in, but it'd be a bit difficult because it's so expensive and there's no groceries. But it's so beautiful here. Like, it's actually gorgeous. Like, you couldn't imagine how beautiful this place is. But this is where you see all of the these pictures. It's just become a Nomsy talks about his travels. Yeah, that's fair. What's the best or worst country? New Zealand is the best. Worst country? I don't think I have a worst country. Nigel, what do you say New Zealand's the best? I don't have a best or worst country. Every country has like individual good things about it. And every country has like bad things about it. And this is Pukaki. Yes, it is Pukaki. And it is, wait, I'll try and get you one that's not like, because it is really blue. But some of these are a little bit more corrected, if you know what I mean. Like the contrast is way up. But the one, this is Aoraki. Oh god, fucking thingy. Stop being so diplomatic. I'm not being diplomatic. It's just the fact that I can't really like say that I have a worse country because like I haven't really been any. I mean, maybe England, to be honest. There's very little I like about England, to be honest with you. Blue, my favorite color? Nah. But it's just like the blue of this lake was really crazy. Yeah, that's more like it. This here. It's like this. That is cool, right? When you see like this, it just doesn't make any sense. The truth comes out now. Yeah, because England's it's the reason why I left. Britain as a whole is very grey. Yeah, especially where I'm from. I'm from here. I mean, this place is not that bad, right? So this is my hometown. This is the pub we used to go to all the time. There's a little stair set down there that we used to fucking skate on. Man, that's a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, like, this town's not that bad. I'm not really doxing myself because I don't live here anymore. But yeah, it's a lovely little town, very cute. But yeah, so like even just coming onto like Google Maps is fucking grey. Oh man, God, this brings back a few memories. You're starting to sound like a tourist advertisement. I'm not surprised. Great, exactly. I would totally buy a tourist trip that Nomsy sponsors. Yeah. This is where I met my partner. Jesus. This is where I met my partner. Hello. Oh, Liam, how's it going, mate? I went to Britain, happened to be on a hot day on record. That's crazy. Actually, oh my god, I think this is where I saw an eclipse. Okay, mate, this is not doing this place any favors. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm doing this place a disservice by showing you this shit because it's actually a nice town. Well, let me. Oh no, I've gone to the wrong place, I think. Where is it? Anyway, I'll get you the beach. The beach is nice. But yeah, this is like a little party town. It's fun. How do we meet? Surprisingly, and this is a very crazy concept. We met on a night out in here. Like, so I think it was here actually. Like one of these places here. We met a night out, and then, but neither of us drink. And we met because we were both smoking, and neither of us smoke, which was really crazy. Eesh. Oh, I should probably close that. No, you're a coffee runner now. But yeah, and then this is Cuenca. Cuenca's a fucking gorgeous town, by the way. Especially in like the city center. Like it's all like quaint architecture everywhere you go. But it's a bit cold though. And it's just like a walking city as well. So you walk around and it's just like this. And like compared to the rest of Ecuador, it's actually reasonably safe. Wait, I think I stayed on the street, if I'm not mistaken. Where was the hotel that I stayed? I'm pretty sure the hotel that I stayed in was... What? Okay, I'm pretty sure the hotel that I... Oh, yeah! Huh. That's hilarious. What are the odds? Yeah, I don't smoke anymore. I fucking quit smoking. Yeah, I quit drinking, brother. Like, I mean, like, when I was in, like, fucking South America, I just stopped drinking, didn't I? I'd like a what is it good for the body? Yeah, like when after I did ayahuasca, like I don't do anything. Like I don't smoke, I don't drink. I mean, I have my medications, but, you know, that's mainly to treat the fact that I am a fucking incapable human being to do any form of functions. But yeah, Cuenca's a lovely place. So, but yeah, now I live here. Which is... yeah, so this is Ben Horizon Street. This is where my friend lives. And we're going to go somewhere near here to maybe do an ayahuasca retreat, but we'll see. But yeah. Quitting is for wimps. Fair enough, man. Create New Year's resolutions to get back on it. I mean, there's like a, you know, there's an argument to be made that maybe I don't do anything, and maybe that's equally just as bad as not doing a lot of things. Because like, when you think about it, like there is like a social contract. Oh, did you gift 2 things? Thank you, man. There's like a social contract that you have like with people. It's like normally alcohol is the mechanism of like social interactions. So if you don't drink at all, you end up in a situation where you don't really go out and talk to people, which is pretty bad unless you're doing like a physical activity. So that's why I'm skating more now. But no, I don't really, I mean, like I am English, like I'll always be from England. So I wouldn't really say I was a citizen of the world. I think that's pretty fucking cringe to say. I just don't really worry too much about where I am and where I'm from. Keep it the first question. You met your partner over when in the West, and you both decided to move to Brazil together. Well, she's Brazilian, man. So she was just like we were talking about it, and she's just like, okay. So, and I said to her, "Do you want to go back to England with me?" And she said, "No, I don't want to go to England." I was like, "All right, that's pretty bad." She's like, "Do you want to come with me to Brazil?" I was like, "All right, yep, sounds good." And that was it. Wish to truly just doing it, traveling and working like that. Yeah, I think it's good as well to do that kind of work. Like doing hardcore agricultural work is good because it like really puts it into perspective. Like, you know, every day that I wake up, and I'm not working 12 hours on a farm is a fucking good day. So I'm just sitting there just like, okay, this is good. I'm happy with this. I'm happy where I am. I'm not working 12 hours on a farm. But there is always a restraint. But there's also, like, you should be able to be like go out and have a good time with your friends as well. I mean, it's just a balance. And I think that's the problem, is that, like, everyone is just so extreme one way or the other. It's like, I need to drink or I need to be clean. But that's because, like, people, when they drink, they just don't know how to restrain themselves. And I have the same problem. So I have to be careful. But Brazil is amazing, brother. Like, I love Brazil. Again, Brazil has problems, and it has, like, a lot of scary instances of things happening. But it's a good place to live but you just have to be careful. You have to be very careful. That you do, like the fucking, just in 20 kilometers either side of my, actually, like, just down the street, like 2 streets over, one of the lead guys for the PCC got arrested like a few weeks ago. And then there's a police officer that was shot and killed last year, and so the police went into the favela and killed like 100 people. So it's pretty bad. Yeah, not great. There's a lot of that. There's a mugger, like maybe a month ago. He got shot on the beach as well. So I think one of the things that worries me about Brazil is because Brazil has so many problems with like drugs and drug trafficking and like petty crime and stuff. Like they have like this really like aggressive conservative approach to this kind of shit. So it's like that mugger that got shot, all of the comments on the video was like, hallelujah, I'm glad that guy is dead. Like literally every single one. And I was like, oof. That's pretty spicy. That's a take, isn't it? Like, in one hand, it's like, okay, fair enough, I know where you're coming from, but fuck me, like, that's a life. That's like somebody who has had their life taken from them because they wanted to get money to eat food, probably, because they live in a society where they can't survive on really basic things. So they need to steal phones to, like, be able to feed themselves. Oh yeah, the Venezuela thing, they actually keep, like, if you read the comments, they're all asking for, Trump to come and save Brazil. Oh my god, which is just crazy. I'll fuck it. I'll show you. I'll show you. No. No. Yeah. Right. There you go. We expect to be Lula to be the next one to be arrested. It's like shit like this. Okay, they're actually a little bit more restrained than the ones that from previous one. I'll try a different one. Maybe. Okay, yeah, that's crazy. I'm actually surprised. The comments are normally pretty fucking crazy though. I'm actually surprised. Everyone was like celebrating it the other day. Crazy. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm wrong. On a better note, they love football over there, right? They love football. It's like their fucking religion almost. Yeah, man. I remember when I was in Australia. This is back when it was fucking Malcolm Turnbull, right? So when I was doing the fly-in, fly-out work, when I would go and sit in the lobby of the airport, they would have the Parliament debates on there. So I'd just sit there and watch the Parliament debates with Malcolm Turnbull. Oh my fucking god, it was crazy. Right. And then there was like when I was in New Zealand, and this was like the COVID time, like just before COVID happened, the New Zealand government was calling backpackers low quality tourists, and they wanted to get rid of us. But the reason why they wanted to get rid of us is because what they could do is get Pacific Islanders on an SSE visa and then underpay them massively. Like, massively. Like, I would, when I was working in the kiwi fruit shit, I would get like $20, $25 New Zealand, right? Per hour, pretty much, as a minimum. Same with Australia, actually, for the most part. But they would get the Islanders in. People from like Vanuatu, Tonga, Fiji, and they'd pay them like $15 an hour. Oh yeah, Brazilians can be wild. The class divide in Brazil is crazy. Like, it's not great. And that's the problem, is because like a lot of it's interesting because it's like normally like not when people like there's like especially in like cities and stuff, like in America, like the higher the city population like density, the more liberal and left people become, right? Like liberal or left. Whereas in Australia, in Brazil, it's like the complete opposite. It's like people in like the cities and the southern cities in particular are way, way, way more conservative, like really conservative, and it's really interesting. So there's a lot of like, and also like the religion is a big factor in Brazil as well, because everyone is like essentially Catholic, so they're all conservative Catholic. Like, and also like if you take like Bolsonaro, who was like the previous president of Brazil, most of his support was well, because he was like a die-hard Catholic Christian kind of guy, and so actually it was like it's kind of like a low-key kind of corruption thing, right? Because it's like all of the churches would sit there and say to their congregations, "Hey, you need to vote for this guy," and so everyone just voted for Bolsonaro because, well, the churches told them to. And then Bolsonaro won. Well, I mean, it's pretty a little bit more than that, but and like, you know, I don't know if you guys know Boris Johnson, like, and like know his history, but like Bolsonaro made Boris Johnson look like a polite and kind person, especially to immigrants. Like, Bolsonaro was pretty out there in general. Like, some of the shit he said was bad, man. The big invertebrate himself, Boris Johnson. Oh, man, I hate Boris Johnson. I have a Yorkshire Terrier quality about me. It's pretty because my hair, brother. Yorkshire Terriers are like hyperactive little fucking yappy like idiots. I should know I had one. I find it super interesting how different cultures are shaped from religion. Australia, especially being a penal colony first, or US being from Christian colonialism. Brazil's more Catholic than Christian. Like, when you think of like Brazil was like the colonial style was more similar to the Spanish than it was to the US. Yoshi politics is a joke, sorry guys, but the blue Yoshi needs to go. Take it easy, mate. Oh wait, blue Yoshis need to go. Oh my dizzy days. Blue Yoshis need to be represented now. I'm a big blue Yoshi supporter. I mean, I don't want to say Catholics aren't Christians, but like there's a different, like, what I mean is like Protestant, like the, you know, America is like more founded from you know, like Protestant England with a little bit of Catholicism. I mean, you can call me a Yorkshire Terrier if you want. I'm not going to take it as an offense, man. You don't need to apologize. Like, it's fine. Everyone can see me however they want to. It's like, that's part of being me. People will see me how they want to. They don't, because it's just, I guess that's what everyone does for everyone. I deem you a Rottweiler Mastiff. You know, like in terms of like, I think that's actually quite an interesting point. Like, I have such a wild swing for how people perceive me. It's really interesting. So, but yeah, no, I mean, the thing is I re-quote Boris. Jesus. But when I say like the Brazil Catholic thing, is that there's almost zero Protestantism in Brazil. Like there's almost zero of it. Different denominations, Christianity can have that varying practice and beliefs, philosophies. Give it to a couple of them. Social media made everyone concerned about how they perceive, myself included. No, what I mean is like, you know, I don't worry about how I'm perceived. No, I don't have a preference of either animal. I love both. I love all animals equally. Like, I love all animals equally. It's just that Isadora had cats, so we have cats. No, I don't worry about how I'm perceived. People can perceive me how they want to. Even humans, everything, man. I just like life. I like things that are alive. Doesn't matter what it is. I even like things that aren't alive. I just like the world. In all of its encompassment, because I just think it's awesome. And anyone who thinks that the world is not awesome, like even with all of the shit things that happen in our world, and I mean there's a lot of shit things, but it's like I love the world and I want it to be good, so I try to be a little bit more optimistic about things. I wish I could have that ability. Is stressful being inherently concerned about perception. No, it's because you know, that's just how things is. It's not to sit there and say that like I don't get stressed about how I'm perceived. It's just the fact that people will perceive me in however way they want to. I can't control that. So when people do perceive me in a different way, well, that's just what happens. Join in the middle of a religion talk. As a Polak born in America, Christianity is Protestant Judaism. At the end of the day, if God's hands you lemons, find a new God. I quite like lemons, so if God handed me lemons, I'd be very happy. As a backpacker, did you pet the wild animals? Depending on wild animals, and I try not to. Because, you know, animals, they don't ask to be pet. Like, so if it's receptive, then yeah, why not? If it looks like it wants to be pet, sure. But if it doesn't want to be pet, I'll leave it the fuck alone. Like, I'm not just going to go and enforce myself on a fucking animal. I'm not that kind of creature. My lord, your cult has broken... Oh no, we're not here again, are we? Wait, you said I was in the Epstein files? That's crazy. Could you imagine? I would have been like 16 at the time. Wait. Was I taken... Yeah, I would have been 16 at the time that all happened. Oh my god. Maybe you shouldn't take my name out of the files if it's in it if I was 16 at the time it happened. What was the biggest animal you pet? I mean... I don't know. I mean, like, you know, I've been to a zoo and, you know, touched an elephant and giraffe and shit. How dangerous is the Australian wildlife? Not that dangerous, to be honest with you. I mean, you don't fuck around, but it's like... generally speaking, it's like, you know, everyone's like, oh, it's so dangerous to go there, blah 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 blah. But the harsh reality fucking is, unless you're literally going in, and like kicking around in the bush, and like kicking up a storm and doing stupid shit, you're not gonna meet it. You're not gonna see anything, right? And then, you know, and then obviously if you go swimming in the ocean, well, that's just, you know, that's just dicing with the devil, isn't it? Yeah, fucking kangaroos, man. If you're driving at night in the bush, oh, that's scary. Hey, man, if you see a fucking, if you see a huntsman in your toilet, that's a good thing. That's good luck. That means that nothing bad's going to get you. There's going to be no redbacks biting on your bum when you're going for a shit. Actually, one of my jobs in the fly-in, fly-out work was to go around the complex and get with a little stick and fucking kill all of the redbacks in their little nests. And there was a lot of redbacks. There was a lot. There was a lot of redbacks. I'm not... it was crazy. Like, actually, there was this time, there was like this big storm in this complex at the mines thing, and it basically exploded the population of the grasshoppers, right? And I mean, like the walkway is like a catwalk, right? On like with the thing. Like with your little rooms, like a little fucking... But anyway, there's like a catwalk. And on this catwalk must have been, like, you were walking through almost ankle deep in fucking grasshoppers and locusts and shit. And every time you walk down it, or like walk down the catwalk, you just hear ding, 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 of all the grasshoppers hitting into the metal side of the fucking rooms and shit. That was horrible. That was actually horrible. But it was cool because there was parentes and shit that were like nearby and they were just coming in with all the grasshoppers. Any mention of Peter Griffin, Shrek, and Epstein? Take out the Epstein. Get them some cane toads? No, we don't like cane toads here. It wasn't. I mean, it was pretty gross, but. Grasshoppers, locusts are the worst gardens in Florida. Yeah, they're pretty bad. Instead, when my high school got infested with grasshoppers, that's so funny. We had crane flies. Every year, there would be just like 1 million crane flies. If I could be any animal besides human, what would it be? Maybe a fucking sperm whale. That'd be pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Yeah, I could be a fucking sperm whale. That'd be sick. Get chased around by Captain Ahab as I dive for fucking squid at like 2,000 meters. Actually, wouldn't even be that bad, would it? That'd be great. Like, could you wait? No, that's ambergris, and that's its stomach. Sperm whales get its name from the organ inside of the head called the spermaceti organ. That's basically what we theorize does their sonar. Clearly, I'm not unafraid of spiders. Like, I don't want them on me or like, but I just don't worry if they're around me. I would not like to be brain transplanted into a sperm whale. That'd be crazy. But my irrational fear is blood. I'm not very good with blood. I'm not good with blood at all, actually. And hospital appointments in general. Crafting magic sigils in the world of the magicians from Sci-Fi Channel. Maybe, sure, why not? Sure, why the fuck not? Can't be any worse, right? Hello, Wisdom. How's it going? I mean, I just fucking love sperm whales. I think they're sick. I saw one as well in New Zealand. That was a cool moment. Like, look at them. They're fucking awesome. How are these just not the coolest fucking things you've ever seen? They've got like this little gimpy mouth as well. Like this, look at this fucking mouth. It's so crazy to think this thing has this fucking mouth. I fucking love them. They're just hilarious. They're like, look at the size of their eye as well. It's so tiny. Man, they are cool. They are cool. Yo. What's my favorite video that I've done so far? Maybe the Jurassic Park one. They have allies with multiple species of the misunderstood orca. No, I mean, orcas are not misunderstood. Orcas are very well stood. They are. That's how I feel about Thresher shows. Do you think I'd do a collab with another creator? I don't know. It depends on the creator, I guess. I need to, I have reached out to some people, but it's never really come to fruition. Isn't it crazy how they hunt giant squids? No, they do. They 100% hunt giant squids. And the only reason that we know the giant squids existed before we had video footage of giant squids is because the sperm whales would come back with suction cups around their faces. And so we kind of like, oh, well, it's one of the reasons, and also there was like the corpses on the side of the ocean and stuff like that. But it was the fact that we saw like the fact that sperm whales were having these fights with big old squids. The only thing you have to worry about the dolphins bullying you? Yeah. I can imagine dolphins bullying you. It'd be horrible. Did you like sperm whales before or after the speech of school? I like sperm whales all the time. What about Doug Doug? I'm brothers with the leader of his cult. Would you like to do a kidnapping? I think Doug Doug probably wouldn't want to do a collab with me, to be honest with you. Like imagine being 7 foot. Well, yeah, only 7 foot. Dolphins are gross. Adolescent males practice with the homies. Yeah, of course they do. This is Zephyr. Zefa. I mean, like, I remember as a kid watching Ricky Gervais's Animals, and he just comes up with a slide with all of the fucking like all of the dolphin sexual positions. Watch your life story video, very inspiring. I love your outlook on life. You're my favorite YouTuber, best content. Cheers, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I mean, I'm glad that people are resonating with it. Am I a morning or a night person? I can be whatever I need to be if I need to change myself. I prefer the night though, in general. I like the night vibe. I like it when it's quiet. I like things to be like I just don't like I don't like noise. Ricky is solid, I think so. Yeah, Zephyr is gorgeous and very cute. What was that about the Dolphin Kama Sutra? It was I don't know if I'm gonna get demonetized if I show this. No, I mean, I pretty can't. No, it looks a bit too recent. Yeah, that one looks a bit... Yeah, that one. So I'll put it in the thing. You guys can go check it out. Because I'm not gonna put it on my on the live. Where is it? Why do I have to click on like 20 fucking things? No, God. Whoa. Thank you. Thank you for the...
From Blank's perspective is hilarious. Love the series BTW.
Thank you for the €6. Yeah, I mean... I'm glad that you enjoy Blank from Blank Blank and Blankety Blank Blank. This week you get to see how I connect Click, Black Mirror, and Freedom Cities all into one with mining towns. What kind of music do I enjoy? It depends. Mostly folk, though. Wait, so, ideal range of money to win, like, if it's too little to quit your job and feel safe with your life, who becomes one of the rich guys? I don't know. I don't really want to win any money. I think I'm happy where I am. I actually didn't mention why I started making YouTube videos. I mean, it was like, I needed a job in Brazil, and I was struggling to... Not struggling, but, you know, it was like... I had a choice between... I would want to go to either a P. Diddy party or an Epstein Island. Neither of those things sound particularly enjoyable, to be honest with you. That sounds horrible. For one, they're just partying, and I don't like parties anymore. I'm old. Never, irrespective of the fact that they have, like, very, very horrible things that were happening there, too. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't like parties that much. But yeah, no, it was basically, like, I was trying to get a job as an English teacher here. And then on the side, I was just like, fuck it. Well, I should try just like make content for YouTube. Because like, I've got nothing else to do with my time. You know, and it was like after about like 6 months of like being here and I didn't have a job and it was looking like pretty slow. So I just started like, it wasn't like 6 months, but it's like, I started like I literally started in January of 2024. And then I had about 3 months where nothing happened. I had one video take off. And then I did a few videos after that. It didn't really do so well. Then I had like a few month break. Came back to it a little while later. And then it kind of took off from there again. Would you like to go to Epstein Island by seeing it from the distance of the spell? Well, no. I don't want to go anywhere near that. I think it was a great movie, even if it was the start of Adam's downfall. His dramatic roles just don't land like they used to, like Punch Drunk Love. I mean, like, Adam Sandler had a really good career. I think to say Adam Sandler didn't have a good career is a bit... But, like, I mean, like, Uncut Gems is still a banger, right? Uncut Gems was amazing. Which one would be less painful for you? I think at that point, if I was forced to enjoy one, based on like the fucking connotations and everything, I'd just fucking end my life. Like, I wouldn't want to get caught up in that. It just sounds horrible. I mean, like, a large chunk of Adam Sandler's like movies these days is just him, just trying to keep the lights on for his mates, isn't it? Although Rob Schneider can go fucking eat a bag of dicks, can't he? Have you seen Pluribus or any of the Vince Gilligan shows? I have not. No. I fucking hate Rob Schneider. He's a penis. There are people that I dislike, by the way. No, he literally got his break from Adam Sandler giving him a bit role. And it's just like... Andy Dick. I don't know Andy Dick. Who's Andy Dick? Who the fuck is that? He looks a bit like a young Woody Allen, doesn't he? What he doing? What, Rob Schneider? He's just like... What's the word I'm looking for? Unapologetic. I don't know. I don't want to go into it. I think you should do a live perspective video from every diddler on the planet. No, man, that's how we nuke my channel. Rob Schneider's like a Donald Trump, like unapologetic. Like he just really takes everything Donald Trump does at face value and thinks he's like the best thing that's ever existed. I'm not a big fan of people like that. I'm not sitting there saying that you should hate Donald Trump. I'm just sitting there saying that anyone who isn't skeptical of any government is a bit scary to me. I'm inherently skeptical of everything. And I also think, like, to be honest with you, I think Biden's a fucking cunt as well. Like, can we just let's just talk about the fact that Biden had all of these documents on hand for 4 years and did shit all with it. Like, what the fuck is that? I mean, like, his performance in films is just him going, "You can do it, rip his fucking head off," you know, that kind of shit, innit? And then he had like a few movies that were just, whoa. Evie, how's it going, man? Yeah, like, he had a couple movies that were really not great. How about a perspective video of the remake of Alien vs Predator, Acre? Oh yeah, I mean, like, I mean, Prey would be a good one to do. Could you actually Prey from the Predator's perspective is actually amazing, right? You come to this uncivilized, like, fucking land, right? You got all these people. Some of them have got, like, rudimentary guns, but there's one fucking person who's probably not, like, 5 months out of their mother's uterus who just comes in and fuck your shit up. Like, it's such a good... Actually, it's such a good one, now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm good, man. How you doing? Does brownface in like all of Adam Sandler's movies? Oh my Jesus Christ. You gotta do a perspective video on Prey? Honestly, like, thinking about it is actually not that bad of an idea. Yeah, the thing is with Michael Cera doesn't take it seriously. Like, if you go and look at, like, This Is the End, right? And you can see Michael Cera, he's not taking any of it seriously. He knows what he's doing is crap, right? But he's just doing it for the love of the game, right? Whereas, like, Rob Schneider actually takes what he does seriously. He thinks he's a good actor. And, like, he just, like, he just does all these shit things. Can you put a poll up for the Prey video? Maybe. You're going to be out for a while, so that's depressing. That sucks, man. There's always phone Wi-Fi. You know, and it's like, you could kind of tell. I think this is also like a thing that we're missing. It's like parody movies as well. I thought you had to do shit. What, me? Man, I haven't got to do nothing. Like, I miss parody movies. I do. I think parody movies are... Wait, is this gonna... Yeah, alright, cool. You know, like parody movies from fucking... Like, oh wait, I'll do Scary Movie. Like, Scary Movie. Like, this shit is so... I miss this stuff so much. Because it's so stupid. Like, it's such a pure form of, like, social commentary. It's amazing. And it's like, it's done in a way that's amazing. Like, it's so good, and I miss it. And, like, we don't have any of it. The closest we get now is fucking Deadpool, but it's taken so seriously by itself because now it's like a whole thing. No, I'm gonna do that. And then, wait, no. Come here, you. I want to be able to read chat while I'm scrolling through shit. Wait. What was my favorite perspective? Jurassic Park, not even close. Can I do a backflip? No, but I can do a kickflip. No, I can do a heel flip. In this, Michael accepts the entire script with the exception he could wear the obnoxious yellow pink shirt too. That's so fucking funny. I love that for him. Yeah. That Knives Out films, I wouldn't say that because they also take themselves relatively... Because they're not really like parodying, like the movie culture is kind of like its own thing. Whereas this is like a direct one-to-one parody of like popular movies at the time. And I mean, like, I'm going to do a video about this one, like, eventually. Like, this is on the cards, right? Talking about parody movies. Like, Captain Farrell go for... No, yeah, exactly. Not Another Teen Movie is another fucking amazing one. But it was like, these movies, they stopped us from taking things so seriously. You know, they allowed us to look at, like, current contemporary media through the lens of it not just all being one giant fucking circle jerk, like, shitpost. Like, this movie is just a shitpost before shitposting was even a thing. But now, for us to get, like, you know, this kind of thing, we have to go into 4chan or Reddit and read some, like, guy's Cheeto-stained fucking words that he's put into a thing to make us feel like, yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, I can't even see the chat. I think Scary Movie might come back. I heard, I think I heard something about that as well, if I'm not mistaken. Would Austin Powers count? I think, again, Austin Powers is more of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like its own independent thing, although it is like a parody of like fucking, you know, what's it called? James Bond. It's still like its own independent thing. It's not really like a direct one-to-one thing like this was. This is, like, again, like, I wouldn't say Austin Powers was a shitpost, because it was done with an intent. Yeah, exactly. It feels more like an homage rather than like a shitpost. Whereas, like the fucking... This shit is a shitpost. It's just so bad. Like, this scene here is such a shitpost. It's so disgusting. It's so gross. Like, when she turns around and says, "No one has ever taken a shit on my chest," and the guy's just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that no one would ever do that." Dragon Ball Evolution, oh my god, no. I don't think the world's ready for that one. The world is not ready for this one. Oh god, it was awful, wasn't it? It was so bad. 21 Jump Street is another thing like Austin Powers. No, 21 Jump Street was originally like its own TV series, wasn't it? Hey, oh Marina, you're here. God, I hope it doesn't come back. We need Mike to focus on his role. Shrek 5. Oh no. Oh no, Mike Myers is Canadian, I think, isn't he? Is he not Canadian? No. Yeah, he's Canadian. He just did a Scottish accent. I actually thought of a movie that's about a man who crash lands in Africa and thinks he's going, "Hi, Joe, G.I. Joe." I actually thought of a movie that's about a man who crash lands in Africa and thinks he's going to be the white savior, but he just thinks everything he does. Oh my god, that's amazing. I mean, that just sounds like me, just without the white savior complex. Oh, no. With a white savior complex. Oh, that's gonna sound wrong now. I watched the series of 21 Jump Street, it's alright. Yeah, fair. When will I be streaming on Twitch? I don't know, mate. Probably on when I get my new computer. Grace lived there. Yep. Yeah, that Dunning-Kruger Paradise. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. Can I do a Scottish accent? Not without drinks. Wait, if I open up a new window. Oh yeah, this is the Ricky Gervais thing. If you guys go and watch this, it's amazing. No, I mean, I actually have like a problem, right? So this is this is what I bought. It was actually a pre-built PC, but it had like 30, like all of this, right? It wasn't this price. It was 11,000. Oh, it's 2,000. Not bad. Not great either, but not bad. Wait. How bad is the dollar right now? Oh, I should have used it, yeah. Ah, what is this? Oh, my dizzy fucking days, man. Drink Lord Nomsy drink? No, thank you. Whoever said DB Evolution, dude, that movie is so bad it takes a... Oh, no. The issue is the parodies of shifted media from television to cinema to video games. Yeah, basically, like, and nowadays, like, you know, our parodies are, what's it called? Like, our parody is... Where is he gone? More Pegasus. Yeah, like our parodies is now this. This is our parody that we get. We traded fucking scary movies for this shit, didn't we? No, I mean, I love more Pegasus, but what I'm saying is, like, we traded scary movie shitposting for more Pegasus. And this is what we get. This is what we get. We just get it's over the end. This is I love the bit. Don't get me wrong, the bit is amazing. And actually, I have a video to do with this, which will actually end up being like the comedy movies as well. But you know what I mean. What's my PC spec? Like, it would be like it's got like a 5070 Ti with 32GB RAM and the fucking AMD something. I can't remember. But it was like reasonably priced for what I wanted, and it's like not too bad considering I live in Brazil. But I have right now my laptop it was supposed to be really good, but it's not. Like it wasn't good. Like I ended up getting I ended up with an i9 processor, right? And like the 14th generation processor. It wasn't great. And I got really unlucky with my i9 as well. You're about to join Pegasus? No. I like what he does. He does good shit. I still can't believe this though. Please don't go any lower. Take it easy, Ty. Have a good one, man. But basically, the idea is he's like, the title for the video is why slop YouTubers are more important than you realize. But I'm not gonna. Oh shit! I shouldn't have said that in case someone gets ideas. Oh no, someone could steal that. Because it is important, isn't it? Yeah, we do that, so that way you can't see what I'm doing. But yeah, no, I mean, like, I think we need, like, critiques on contemporary things. Can we get an example? I just showed you, More Pegasus is an example of, like, a fucking slop YouTuber. His whole bit is literally just fucking, like... well, at the moment, his whole bit is Hassan, right? Keep your aces close to your heart. Nah, that's alright. Some literally just... Yeah, but it would be the same, would it? Now, I'm not going to roll in the slop. It's more about, like, bridging the idea of, like, scary... Basically, it's going to be, like, the scary movie thing, and then with slop YouTubers. But I'm not going to give any more away, just in case someone with ChatGPT is going to use the script with that prompt, because, like, you know... Well, I do have a business to run, don't I? But I don't think they would be able to do it the same way that I will, because... ChatGPT does not have my brain, which might be a good thing, but it's also a bad thing at the same time. Because, like, I'm not being funny. I don't think ChatGPT could come up with some of the ideas that I fucking have. I'm not going to roll in the slop. Basically, the idea is the video is reaction bait. Right? The video is reaction bait. Like, the idea is the video itself is not going to do that well for me, but I know it's going to get reacted to by a lot of people. And then that will hopefully generate more people to look at some of the other stuff that I do. Right? There we go. Do you understand like the thing that I'm thinking about? This is the stuff you have to think about when you're a YouTuber, is like... Stolen by any Austin? I don't give a fuck. It can be stolen by anyone. I just want it to be reacted to. That's all I care about. Like, I just want it to have people organically react to it. Like, ideally, someone like Atrioc or More Pegasus or even fucking Hassan. I don't give a shit. It'd be hilarious. You go do it, Marina. I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't be mad if you did it, to be honest with you. Because, like, you know... You're having a bit of a rough one, aren't you, Marina? I wouldn't be upset if you did that, to be honest. I'd be a little bit upset, but I wouldn't be that upset. I wouldn't say it's a business strategy, but it's a long-term idea, right? So basically, the idea is like you need to have you do need to have like an overarching ambition. Right? I don't sit there and say this is like the idea that I have and I'm going to stick to it rigidly, because that's stupid, right? Like, I try not to hate on Hassan because a lot of the internet is based on recent takes. No, thank you to Hassan opinions. Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, you know, I just like, because it's like, you know, these people, I don't really agree with like a lot of the shit More Pegasus says, like a lot of the time. Like, I think some of his takes can be pretty bad, but at the same time, I understand that these people are a necessary evil in our world, right? You need people that are able to talk to these people, right? Like, because if you think about what a streamer is someone with an enormous following, like enormous. Like, especially someone like Hassan, right, who has like a very rabid, enormous following. They are essentially like a king, right? They literally have like a feudal system where people pay them a tax to be there, and like people will have like their position based on their fucking monetary engagement with that community, right? So what you then need is people to say, hey, that's fucking stupid. And that's what they do. They say, that's fucking stupid. And so they have this really healthy role to be able to point out to these people that would take these other, you know, kingly people. And I don't want to refer to like Hassan as like a king, like in like a literal sense, but I'm using that as like an adjacent parallel to what he kind of represents in like the current ecosystem. So it's like you need someone to be able to tell the other side of the story, so that way people don't just take these people saying this shit at face value. Because if you take like fucking Pokimane, for instance, if you take half the shit that she says at face value, you might think that she was a good person, but she's not. She's just not. Like, I'm not even like, maybe she's okay, but like the way she portrays herself is like she's like this bastion of like civilization and humanity, when in reality she's just a fucking guy that just a person that wants money through any means necessary. Then they use like, especially like left talking points, because left talking points speaks to people's like need for moral superiority. Like the idea is like with the left in particular is that it creates an environment of moral superiority, right? And that's kind of like the selling point. It's like, hey, we are benevolent people that want to do right by other people, and it makes everyone feel good because they're trying to be good people to other people. It's like, again, moral superiority. So people would take that because it's easy to like manipulate other people who want to feel morally superior into following them, because they feel by following them, they are amplifying moral superiority to other people, right? And then it just like cycles in from that. And it's just a grift. Essentially, it's just a grift. No, it's just, I say guy, for me, guy is gender neutral. Like, I'm sorry, but it is. But hi, Wolfpack, I'm sorry, I just went on a rant. I didn't say hi to that. Most of the kids that watch people like XQC is sickening. I would say I don't agree with XQC either, but at least XQC doesn't take himself seriously, and I think that's important. The problem is like, you know, there are people that are self-aware enough that when they're doing stupid shit, or when they're doing like this this stuff, like someone like XQC, again, I don't agree with him, especially politically, because I know he's a fucking Donald Trump supporter. I don't agree with him, but I appreciate the fact that he doesn't sit there and think that what he's doing is necessarily like a good thing. Bro, his point of view from Davy Jones for Pirates 3? Well, the idea was that the series, the trilogy was Barbossa, and then Davy Jones, and then for the third movie it was going to be Beckett. That was always the goal. There was never going to be Davy Jones Part 3 like that. I thought that was obvious, but I guess it wasn't. Whoopsies. But it won't. If I do any Pirates of the Caribbean, it won't be for a few months. Yeah, I mean, I think just yeah, like in Portuguese they'll say gente, right? Like gente. And that just means like we or us, like folks or guys, right? It's the same thing. But you know, if you think about gente, it's like it's almost like the prefix of gentleman, right? But there's no gendered connotations to it, right? But rather than say like nos, they say gente. Maybe I should start saying gente. It's actually not a bad idea. Bring gente into English fucking... Maybe I can make a Portugueseism for English. In that way we can adopt some Portuguese words. Yeah, but so what I'm saying is like... There's a lot of people that take this shit very seriously. And there's a lot of people that aren't self-aware enough to be able to... show that this shit shouldn't be taken seriously. And there are people that actually truly believe it. Like, if you like look at Mizkif, like Mizkif takes it all very seriously, and that was like part of the problem where he had like a lot of like psychological issues from it. because he took it all way too seriously. Which is fair enough. There's a lot of money involved, but at the same time, essentially what you're doing is like, you know, streaming. It's not exactly like a thing, is it? It's just sitting in front of a camera, maybe doing some bits with friends. Whoops. It's like hardly something to be taken seriously. It's a nice thing. It's fun. I enjoy it. But I don't I don't sit there and say like, I want to be a streamer. Because it's ridiculous. Quite fun to learn from in May's perspectives. Like, what? Oh, many perspectives. I mean, you know, there's just a lot of it that goes on in this world. And so again, it's like you need these people like More Pegasus or whatever that, you know, they kind of create like the social guillotine, right? When you think about it, like the thing is if you take historically how like humanity has existed, like for the peasantry or like the peasant class, there has always been the implicit threat of the guillotine or to be able to overthrow the elite. That was always the implicit threat. And so the king or the queen or the ruling party always had to be mindful that the peasantry at some point in time could overthrow them if they do some really stupid shit. And especially that happened in France, right? It should always be as a last resort, obviously. But what I'm saying is like there's always that repercussion, the consequences if you do something really stupid. And when you don't have that, then people will run amok, right? And they won't do things for the benefit of people. They'll only do things for the benefit of themselves. And so, yeah, like these people like More Pegasus, they function like the social guillotine. Or even like Sunny V3. You know, my biggest fear ever is to end up on a Sunny V3. Maybe it wouldn't be my biggest fear, but it'd be amazing to appear on one of those. That'd be hilarious, right? But what I've said is like, if you don't have that implicit threat of like one day I could be on a slop YouTuber's feed and like people would be looking at me in this really like deep dive lens, then people will continue to do really shady shit. Unless they get too big like Mr. Beast, and then they don't have to worry about all of the shady shit that they do. So yeah, it's kind of like their function as people. Is that why Trump bombs Venezuela? No, Trump did a lot of things to Venezuela. I honestly, at this point, I don't even know what was going on in Venezuela. I thought it was oil, right? I really believe Venezuela was oil. But considering how much they brought up oil and how much they were really focusing on the oil thing, it seems very deliberate. And so now I'm very skeptical with whether it was actually oil. Okay, maybe it's maybe. Maybe it's something else entirely. This is why I kind of like when I stream, if I get into streaming and I get a VTuber, I won't take it seriously. Mostly I'd be boring to watch. Maybe then you'd be fun to watch. If you know what is boring to watch, then you won't do what's being boring, would you? No, but be Sally to it. Yeah. Remember that from The Crown, especially the first 2 seasons, the royal family was... I'd never watched The Crown, to be honest with you. Yeah, but either way, yeah. I mean, if you take the English monarchy, for example, the reason why the English monarchy took... Well, I mean, there was the French Revolution, which was a big deal. But then there's also Charles I, right? After Charles I, the English monarchy was very, very cautious. Before Charles I, the English monarchy was like a fucking tyrant. But Charles I, he really went off the rails. And then, like, they kind of learned what happens if you go too far off the rails as a monarch. And so they kind of started dialing back from that point. And then there's obviously, like, the Protestant Reformation and everything like that. So there's a lot of things that happen. But generally speaking, like, Charles I was kind of what kicked it all off in a weird way. That's one of my favorite Trevor Moore bits from his Comedy Central bit in High in Church. It's time for the guillotine. Oh, my favorite, like, I like to sit there and say it's never too late for the guillotine. But actually, I think it's too late, to be honest with you. I think I think that threat no longer exists, especially AI as well. If AI comes to pass, then there is nothing. We have zero power as people. Like the power has been stripped from us completely. Yeah. Whoopsies. It's always good to have your flaws exposed if you're leading people. Then hopefully the leader owns the mess face. He gets put in the middle of the ground of all of that. Well, no leader will ever own up to their mistakes because for one, it's weakness, right? People don't want to follow a weak leader as well. So people would much rather follow a leader. And actually, I saw this firsthand with my partner, actually. Well, I'll continue after I do. Will you ever make a Batman Beyond return from the... probably not, to be honest with you. Good morning, Louise. So I saw this first. We were watching like the fucking. I think it's like the House of Dynamite or some shit, and it's basically like a movie on Netflix about what would happen if a nuclear bomb came over the US, and Idris Elba plays the president, and basically the president is shown to be deeply concerned about, retaliating for a nuke being dropped on Chicago. And, obviously he's like, I don't know what to do. This is obviously terrible. And he's like asking everyone for advice because he doesn't know how to behave and what he should do in this situation. And my partner was like, she was like, well, he just looks really weak, doesn't he? Like, he just looks like a weak leader. And I'm just like, what the fuck do you mean? It's nuking people. It's sending nukes. It's killing millions of people. Who wouldn't agonize over that decision? If AI advances, I could finally date a bot that would look like my anime crush. Jesus Christ. Are you sure you wouldn't want to do your Baldur's Gate 3 crush? Kim Jong-un in the interview? Oh, no, I'll fucking get murdered, I swear. Wagnamora? What's happening with Wagnamora? What happened with Wagnamora? Some leaders will own their mistakes in a way that's just as... yeah. Well, it's always accountability for the people, not the person. I think the bigger thing about the pillar streamers, even boring ones, is the certified yappers that can talk about anything. I'm not without someone being the main yapper. Me neither. But here I am yapping away. Rough to be a leader. You look weak or hope the people you're leading accept that you aren't perfect. I think if you... I mean, like... realistically, when I think about a good leader, it's like a leader should be able to fall on the expertise of others, but ultimately it's their responsibility to make the decisions that need to be done. 50 people watching. You're a real streamer now. Oh, that's nice. That's a record. That's a new record, guys. Woo! They're probably just trying to clip me out of context, maybe. Yeah, he got the prize for the best foreign movie. He and his director got the trophy on the red carpet. They didn't even have a proper presentation for him. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I don't know anything about it. They all came after your beautiful war against Melania. Yeah, I know, right? It's like as soon as I turn off Melania, all of a sudden everyone's here just to hear me fucking yap. Why? What are we doing? Oh, shit. I wouldn't say I was okay. I mean, I think it's more of a testament to my ability to yap for 2 hours. Oh my god. I've been yapping for 2 hours without stopping. Hey man, if you're broke, don't join my channel. Like, straight up. I don't want it. I don't want your money if you can't afford it. If you can't afford to join my stream and it's going to put you out, don't fucking join my channel. Please. I don't want it. Keep your money for you and only you. And if you can, and you do want to support, and you have the ability to, and only if you have the ability to, then you can support me. But only if you have the ability to. And even then, like, please, maybe donate it to charity. So, yeah. I have actually deliberated turning off all of the super chats of the members of everything, but I understand that some people, they want to do this, so I kind of just like, but I don't like to necessarily advertise it. Hydrate Nomsy? Yeah, I probably should. For a second, I thought you were saying if you were broke, don't watch the stream and invest out of it. If you're a fucking broke boy, don't watch my stream. Oh, no, sorry, I'm not Pokemon. No, I mean, like, you know, times are tough, man. Like, things are difficult. And I don't want anyone to think that, you know, it's about, like, financial, like, incentive. You know, I just, yeah, I don't know. It just feels wrong to me. I mean, there's also the problem that, you know, yeah, it takes 30%. And then I pay 20%, 25% on top of that. How much is it my Australian dollar to Brazilian dollar? I think it's like 1 to 3.5 or 1 to 4 almost, I guess. And it's a Brazilian real. Yeah, so I pay 20% tax to Uncle Sam, by the way, because, oh no, 25% tax to Uncle Sam, because my audience is largely American. So, yeah. So I get 30% for the super chat, and then I get 20% for Uncle Sam tax. Woo! It is what it is. This is the. I mean, like there were ways that I could have wrangled it. I could have set up my company in England. Like I could have set up a company in England, based my channel in England, and got paid through that. But then it like opens up like a lot of problems. Yeah, but the other reason is like my taxes in Brazil aren't that bad. Yeah, the taxes in Brazil aren't so bad. So basically, what happens is, my company's in Brazil, but because Brazil doesn't have a tax treaty with the US, yeah, if it was set in England, I would get 2 times the taxes. No, because I wouldn't get taxed in America going to England, because America has a tax treaty with England. So I'm not going to do my YouTube income live on stream, brother. But yeah, it was. What was I saying? So yeah, I wouldn't get the tax for the going to England, and then I could just house the money in England and then use it in Brazil. But then there's like a lot of problems that could happen, especially if I'm in Brazil for way too long. But at least when I'm here, what happens is I get paid into my company account, and then I pay myself like a ceremonial wage every month, which is basically all of the money that my company makes. And then I don't pay taxes on that, and only my company pays taxes. Yeah. So I pay all of my taxes paid for my company. It does suck how you can't be honest with taxes, but that's most people. No need to. Yeah, I mean, it's not that. It's like it's just like, it's just something that should be kept reasonably private, isn't it? So yeah, exactly. Don't, and like you should never really expose, like try not to expose anything on the internet that can be used against you later on. What's the favorite video I've ever made? Jurassic Park. Do you mean reais or US dollars? I mean, I don't like have like the channel doesn't do like an insane amount of money, like straight up, like, you know, like before tax, my average monthly wage is about $4,000. So it's like, it's not like I make like an insane amount. But it's enough for Brazil. What? Shh. Oh, and then all of the rest of my money goes to this guy as well, by the way. The guy telling me to be quiet. No, I'm just not going to show like the hard tax. Yeah, it is definitely somewhere between 1 and 2 million. I mean, like, I don't mind saying it. I just don't want to show it. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. Because, like, if I show it, it's like people can then see, and then it's like, yeah, it's really hard to explain like the wildness of that. But I mean, like, fucking Luis takes most of my money these days. But he's the one that's doing all the work, so. Spill my secrets. What secrets do you want to know? I have so many secrets that you guys can know if you want. Oh, Legers! Was for fraud? Could you imagine? Actually, I do get a bit worried because I paid like a disturbingly little amount of tax for my company. Like a disturbing. No, Tay. Jesus. Like, you know, I'm paying like 8% tax for my company, which is crazy. If I show them, people can see. Yeah, it's a big difference. So, like, I pay more to taxes to America than I do to Brazil. To have half of a YouTuber's paycheck. I mean, like, it's like less than the median salary in England. How's the video going, by the way, Louis? That is tragic. No, it's pretty good. I mean, if I was in England, it'd be a bit stressful. But I think I would change my strategy if I was in England. Like if I was in England, or if I was in America, or if I was somewhere else that wasn't a cheap place to live, then I would probably find a way of doing daily uploads. Because that would be the easiest way to continuously generate income. You got a question, B? How expensive is it to live in Brazil? Not that bad. More After Effects on this one? Oh, Jesus. England, I think, on average, has 200 days of rain per year. You want to make it prettier? Go for it, man. There's a hand behind me. I mean, it's just how it is, isn't it? I mean, like, we can't really talk about this, can we, B, after the fucking... How much rain have we had this year in Brazil? Seriously. Look, how could we sit there and say, oh, there's so much rain in England? It's rained every 3 days this year. Like, what the fuck is this? It's been raining like fucking like the last like fucking week, and then before that we had like maybe like a week of like good weather, and then June until November was raining every 2 days. No, Brazil's not like a tropical place. You're thinking in terms of like the Caribbean or some shit. Brazil has a very different like climate to the rest of the world. How many executives have entered in Brazilian soil? A lot. Like a lot. Like a lot. If you clean your car, it's gonna rain. Yeah, that sounds about right. Wait a sec. Just. Where's my thing? Oh. We just don't count the viewership. Come on, guys. Let's just keep. It's just cooler. Let's. I remember when you were trying to record the Pirates of the Caribbean. It was like 4 weekends in a row. Oh yeah. It was really frustrating. What the fuck? My dog said your dig was too long. Your dig? What? So I'll see if I can find some old things. Like this is the storm that we had a little while ago. Wait, that was only 4 days ago, wasn't it? Yeah, so that's 4 days ago. So there's a big old storm like the other day. But if I go back further, there's like, oh, it's so low. It's so slow. Come on. Why do they only show cruise ships, by the way? It's so bizarre. Okay. So... Okay, I didn't realize there was fucking... So, like, the other day we had, like, a big old fucking storm, and it was like this. And it's been like this for a long time recently. Civil defense being silly these days? Yeah. You almost drowned coming home? Jesus. Someone make a graph of viewer and subscriber numbers? I mean, if you want to, go for it. Hell yeah, why not? TLD saying thanks for the stream. You do you? Yeah. Was it last year we had the Sao Paulo flooding? Like, because there was some videos last year. It was crazy. Like this happened. Like this was crazy. Like, when was this? It was last year, wasn't it? We literally arrived on that day. We went to Brazil. Like, we went to Sao Paulo that day. That was really loud. Like, look how fucking crazy this is. That's fucking crazy. Like, we arrived that day as that was happening, right? It was so weird. And like the hotel that we're staying at, like because like Sao Paulo's a lot of hills, and like as we're going in to go to our hotel, or like, well, actually it was an Airbnb, right? There was just this fucking torrent of water coming down the side of the hill next to our fucking car. Like, it was so weird. Like, I've never seen anything like that. You know, I've been in like 3 hurricanes at this point. You sent me one of Ilhabela. Oh, you now exist? I'm happy that you exist. Oh. I think oh, Izza, are you watching the stream? Oh, that's so fucking funny. Yeah, no, we just looking at that one, weren't we? 150 for Wi-Fi and it's still buffering. Thanks, Australia. Well, maybe you should move to Sydney. Or cares. Oh. Oh man. Yeah, no, I mean, that was such a crazy experience. But actually, and like even sitting there saying that, my cat, Zephyr. I did have dinner, Izza. I did. How you doing, darling? How's your mum? Oh, am I on the TV again? Please don't tell me I'm on the TV. No, not for your... Please. Oh, no, he's 10. Oh, is your mum still awake, actually? Florida doesn't even come close to Brazilian weather? No, man. Yeah, because Zephyr comes from floods. We got Zephyr because it flooded where she's from. Like, you're alone? Oh, okay. How's Pierre? Zephyr from Josepha? I don't know. I've only been in Florida for 5 years yet. I've experienced 2 very bad hurricanes. Tornadoes. Tornadoes in Illinois have something to learn from the Florida hurricanes. Jesus, yeah. Domindo? Okay, that's good. Jeff. Yeah, I mean, Lages and Tay, I think they're sleeping. I'll have a look. Okay, Zephyr just wants to eat me right now. My cat. We don't know. Zephyr was from the adoption the place where we adopted it. Oh. Oh, Josepha. Okay, I did not know that. You never told me that she was Josepha. Can I get a chocolate frap nuggets half power of the pickle? No, you're gonna get the pickle, unfortunately. We had 4 bad hurricanes in 3 months. No, we haven't had a hurricane, brother. What we had is like tropical depressions. They're not hurricanes. They're like, you know, a little bit intense storms. They're not like actual hurricanes. No, you would know if it was like they call them cyclones here, but they're not cyclones. Like, you know, a cyclone or a hurricane is like this, right? What we got is like a tropical depression, which is yes. Oh, I am so stupid. Well, I always thought there was a difference between a tropical depression and a cyclone. Am I crazy? Well, now we're gonna learn. Okay, so tropical depression is just like a small version of a hurricane. That's crazy. The people. No, you're thinking of tornadoes on that one. You don't chase like. I would love to chase tornadoes, though. To be honest. I found a random dog in my neighborhood. I'm grateful to those who adopt animals from shelters. Yeah, I think. I don't know if I could actually have a cat without it being adopted. I love tornadoes. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, yeah. Forgot about that. Wait, I got a picture. It's me and my dad when we were in the Keys in Florida. Where's it gone? I'm not gonna whip out my... Oh my god, I'm a terrible person. Oh my god, I am a terrible person. Oh god. No, that one's for my therapist. Don't buy animals? No, definitely not. Yeah, so let me just find this photo. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to get my Facebook out for you guys because I don't want people finding me. But basically, this picture here is me and my dad in Florida at the Keys, right? And basically, we were there, and it was like this big old, this huge, crazy storm when we're doing this boat tour on the Keys. But then, off in the distance, like a little while away, there was a fucking water spout, right? Which was crazy. right? And a water spout is basically like a tornado over water. And so we were like, I don't know how far we were from it. It was actually exactly like this. It looked exactly like this. That was weird. We should not adopt a dog. Nope. We will not adopt a dog. I'm not putting Leiju through that. You know I won't put Leiju through that. My clan / guild in Legion Tower Defense 2 is called the Zephyr Blade as homage to the Neves gaming origin. Hank and Zephyr wins are considered generally just Eastern wins. Oh, okay, that's cool. It's nice for people to admit they aren't perfect. I mean, I know that was a genuinely a horrible thought that I had, but I'm not going to put that one into the public sphere because that one is that one's straight. That's gotta be from my therapist. Oh no, it's not like bad, but it's just like yeah. Gotta get a hold of Rainbow. Gotta sniff him out. Now it was I'll explain it to you. I'll tell you because it's so bad. Like I went onto Facebook and I saw a post from my mother. And like immediately when I saw it, I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh. You know the name of water spout in Portuguese? I do not. Tromba de água. Tromba de água. What's bico de água?
Bico de água.
What nozzle? What is going on? Oh my god, the keys are literally patrolled by helicopters for traffic speeds on the highway to reduce accidents and road for refurbish. But what? Oh man. Wait, what? The keys are patrolled by helicopters? That must be exorbitantly expensive, no? Is that just not, like, literally just torching money? We need either a Belmont or a death reference from you? What? Wait, am I missing something here? What are we doing? What is a water nozzle? Who wants a cup of tea? I mean, like, just water spouts are just beautiful, aren't they? Like, they are just cool. Is that spring water? Interesting. Is this real or is this AI? This could be. Is this just AI? Or is it? Whoa. When was this? I want to know. No, it can't be AI. Oh, sick. So this is real. Oh, that's cool. Man, that's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, could you imagine being in that fucking boat? Oh, shit. Okay, take it easy, Isa. Boa noite. Te amo. Look up Trevor Belmont versus Death. What? Sorry, a bit of a copy, but... Oh. I was kind of hoping those versus Death. Oh, Castlevania. Yeah, that sounds like... That looks like copyright. Fire tornadoes in Australia? Got surfing on boat water. Tromba de Jaguar. Itapema. Ooh, very beautiful. Fire tornadoes in Australia. Actually, when I was in Darwin, about why what? Are you fucking crazy? Anyway, when I was about here, right, we were doing like this little road trip down here, and I guess around about here-ish, yeah, definitely turn right on Catherine. Like around here-ish, like there was this big old fucking bushfire, Like, imagine all of this, but just completely and utterly on fire. And we drove through it. Humpty Doo is not here. This is Catherine. Humpty Doo is, where's Humpty Doo? Humpty Doo is here. So when we did the, like, walk around, Humpty Doo, it's like, we were walking, like, here and shit. I know, actually, no, it's different from here. Oh, no, we walked past the Humpty Doo Hotel. I remember that. Like, what? It seems so much more lush than what I remember. Yeah, because we gave up at the Humpty Doo Hotel. Yeah. So I remember we had all of our stuff and we just like lined it up here. We just had no idea what the fuck we were doing with our lives. We walked all the way down here. Now, yeah, this seems more familiar. Because I remember it not being lush. Like, the last ones, it was, like, nice. But, yeah, it's like this. And it's fucking hot. It was, like, really, really hot. I'm pretty sure it was, like, that road, though. This road. I remember, like this kind of thing. Pioneer Drive, like, it seems familiar. But he's too lush. West Keys, Upper Valley, yeah, it's like, yeah, I was there. Yeah, I went to the Keys. Sorry, I just saw that. The Florida Keys. Yeah, so you know, because my dad lives in the US, so when I go to see him, sometimes we'll go and do shit, right? So, I think it was like Man Key and Woman Key. We went to somewhere near there. I guess I walked into that one. Oh, like, I swear Man Key was on its own, or it was a Woman Key. Can't remember. So, like, yeah, it's like this. Like, it was like this kind of environment. Down over the Gumble in the middle. Are you a hunt? I can imagine I've seen Koala Man. Nice tree view, yeah. Yeah, Hal Grace still plays before he blew up on YouTube with video games. Like 10 years ago, he used to do live videos of the F3 Hurricanes from his front yard. Hell yeah, that sounds sick. He truly was a Florida man. I think he still is. Mato Grosso. What is Mato Grosso? Oh, that looks nice. That looks beautiful. No. It didn't. No. It did not look anything fucking like this, brother. This is jungle. This is nice. This is. Oh, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? I think Isadora wanted me to go there, if I'm not mistaken. No. I don't know. Wait, no. Wait. Yeah, Bonito. Yeah. We were talking about going here. Yeah, we were literally planning on going here like a few days ago, unironically. We were thinking about going. Yeah, Bonito. You're talking about the roads? Yeah, fuck the roads. We're talking about this. This is gorgeous, isn't it? Wow. This is actually stunning. Okay, one of my cats is going a bit crazy. 1 second. Lady, what's wrong? Lady. Average American thoughts? I'm not American, though. That's the unfortunate reality, isn't it? There's ladies. Lages Lava. She doesn't normally like being picked up. What are my hobbies? Mostly skateboarding. Would I ever take a horse trail through Germany? Yes, I would love to do that. That'd be sick. That sounds exactly like the stuff I like to do. You want to talk to the people, ladies? Oh, no. She doesn't like the microphone. I always wanted to do, like, I wanted to go to Arizona and do, like, horse riding in Arizona. I think that would have been fun. I think that'd be amazing, actually. Like, just, like, real Wild West frontier. It'd be sick. I would, oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. That'd be amazing. Oh, goodbye, ladies. That's Lage's lava. And that's Tay-Tay. That's Zephyr. You hear about those skateboarding wheels that are like tilted and apparently better to skate on? It depends. I mean, it's not really about things being better or worse to skate on. It's about just being able to use them, I guess. Yeah, I didn't even know she was Kusheva Zephyr. What state are you from? Take it easy, Vector. Have a good one, mate. But catch a bottle of red, then slam a few matches of LTD2. What's LTD2? Thanks for your uploads. Yeah, take it easy, man. Thank you. I will trust my gut. Oh, Arizona. Yeah, but like not like Arizona. I mean, like, you know, Arizona. Like, who wouldn't want to go on a fucking horse and walk through that? Like, what? Are we crazy here? Like, you wouldn't want to get on a horse and go through that. Like, what? You wouldn't? Man, it was so sick. It'd be, oh, actually, these days it's so hot, you probably need a fucking camel, right? But either way, oh, it'd be so cool. It's so beautiful. It's actually just gorgeous. Like, it's stunning. It's... They don't know. Yeah, I did know that doves are pigeons, actually. Well, actually, no, pigeons are doves. It's the other way around. Ah. It's just, they're so picturesque. And, like, with the cactus as well. Oh, man. Man. How do people... I like this as well. This is gorgeous. How do people not think this is awesome? Man. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to do it in the summer. Ugh. I did the Amtrak, right? So I did the Amtrak from LA to Chicago when I went to go visit my father like a few years ago. And the air conditioning in the carriage that I was in broke down as we were going through Arizona. Take it easy, James. Have a good night. Yeah, it broke down as we were going through Arizona. And so, like, the carriage of the train that we were sleeping in, well, I would say like I was in like the fucking coach, right? I wasn't in like a fancy. That would have been nice, but it was like 40 degrees in this coach, in this this car. What is it called? Yeah, it's like a car, right? I do think it's cool. My fast is not hiking. I'll leave that to the monkeys and the tourists. Yeah, but I'm a fucking tourist, aren't I? Hey. If you could live anywhere the rest of your life, where would you live? Wherever I'm not unhappy, that's where I'd live. As long as I can carve out a little bit of happiness, I'll just live there. That's all that matters. As long as it's like a little bit beautiful. You know. I just think that I have a lot of, I don't know, I just like, I can find beauty almost everywhere. People born in easy, I'm guessing this is Arizona conditions, don't appreciate nature, let alone the family support them. I don't want to comment on that one. I don't know anything to do with that. But typically, if you live somewhere, you don't appreciate the environment that you are in. Like, if I look up at my hometown, like, I would say that, you know, it's a boring place to live. But a lot of people, they'll see my hometown and say, wow, that's like such a pretty hometown. Like, it seems so nice. But it's just like anywhere that you are living, it always becomes normal, and normal becomes boring. And you just always take it for granted. You could do the most amazing thing in the world, but your brain will just associate it with normal, and then you'll stop being the best thing in the world. Like, and that's just like the harsh reality of how our brains work, especially my brain with ADHD. Yeah, grass is always greener. Not having humidity, sometimes I'd rather have humidity than just like raw, unadulterated, fucking burning heat. At least when it's like 30 degrees here, it's just humid. Well, 35. But like, you know, Arizona's like, you can 45, 50 degrees. Oh. No. Wasn't born here, wasn't my choice. Whoopsies. Boring is peaceful? Yeah. But I mean, like, boring is a, you know, I always say that, like, boredom is also, like, a bit of a fucking superpower, honestly. I like being bored. I think being bored is such a virtue. Like, actually, being bored is a privilege. Like, it is. Like, imagine that you are an animal that lives in a fucking world where everything historically has wanted to kill or eat you, and if you were born as any other animal, they would want to kill or eat you, and your life is a consistent and constant state of stress, and we have the luxury of being bored. It's a fucking privilege. Not breathing? Yeah, fine, that's for the birds. The birds and the lizards and everything. Yeah, I never really thought of boredom like that. It is just a privilege, isn't it? Have I played House Sword? And that is why I'm here, because you're bored. Hey, let's go. You're bored talking to me. That's amazing. Cheers, brother. Honestly, I don't mind the ears and hopping all the time. It's like have a nice. It's like having nice old neighbors that keep themselves for the most part. Yeah, fair. But no, I've never played Heartsword. What's that? I think my cats are getting annoyed because it's time for bed and I'm not in bed. No, is that like a medieval combat game? All right, let's not take that kind of like attitude, brother. That is unnecessarily hostile. I'm not saying the same way you said is not nice, but it's just he's just coming across as unnecessarily hostile. I would like to see Sedona and that on the Rainbow Cave one day. I still haven't seen the Grand Canyon. Oh, that sucks. I mean, I would like to see the Grand Canyon. Do you play many games? If so, would you play? I don't. Right now I just play Elden Ring, to be honest with you. Elden Ring is like all I'm playing at the moment, and then it's really hard for me to get into the games because it's like I need like a very specific I have a very specific itch that I like to scratch when I play games, right? And it doesn't always match with what a lot of people find interesting, and it's like it's very confusing because I'm not really a story-oriented kind of person in games. I get kind of bored if I'm going through a story. I tend to skip over a lot. So for me, it's like what I find I find games like I like fucking like combat games, and I like competition as well. And Lord knows when I get my computer, I have no idea what the fuck I'm gonna do with it, because all I do is play Elden Ring. Maybe I go back to Power World. Having a computer that can actually run Power World that wouldn't just like be fucking crying over having like a couple bases would be nice. Because it was getting to a point that when I was playing Power World, it was like I would have like 2 bases there, and then my computer just starts melting. Like, it got melty. But anyway. Zev. I did try to do Power World on 1 HP, by the way. And that was just so stupid. I think I can do it now. Now that I've got all of the... Goodnight Universe? What is that? Okay, fuck it. Yeah, let's everyone give me your best recommended games. Goodnight Universe? Ah, ooh, I can already tell that's a bit of a... That one will be hard for me to get into. I'm a very visual eater, right? 100% of users like this game. What? How many people bought it? Overwhelmingly positive. Have you played RimWorld? I haven't got the. I haven't got to it, but I like to watch people play RimWorld, especially Spiff and Brit. I think Spiff and Brit's like his thing. Room, fireproof. Oh god, that looks like horror. Oh, puzzle. That could be fun. That could be very fun. I tell you what, I did find today. There will be. All right, well, wait a second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come here. You know what I found today? I found... Where? Come here. There it is. Is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, God, it's so loud. The fucking music is too loud. You know what? And then... Like, how fucking sick is this? Are they all dead? Like how good is this game? Unironically. Good night. Universe is quite the ending to end on if you expect the universe to end with the expansion theory. I think we'll see what the expansion theory is all about. You like dinosaurs, huh? I fucking love dinosaurs. Is this a dinosaur Souls-like game? It is a dinosaurs fucking Souls-like game. This is what this is. It's crazy, but I just realized this is like definitely not appropriate, right? Yeah. How fucking like does the universe end on of expansion or on God? I mean, it depends, man. Like, oh, why is this a good game? I saw that. What's my favorite dinosaur? I don't know. Wait a sec, I need to set this to fucking... can I set this to... full screen, window... Oh, okay. Okay, now I can see. Now I can see chat. I mean, like, who doesn't like dinosaurs? Like, anyone who tells me they don't like dinosaurs, and they especially don't like dinosaurs with a fucking sword in their mouth, they're crazy. Black hole theory? Yeah. Oh wait, I've already been here. Oh, I'm sad. I mean, with the black hole theory, that would be crazy. Could you imagine that we just live in a black hole? Like, how would anyone feel about that? I mean, these days, it's just like, every time I hear a theory, it's just like, alright, cool. Another theory. Because no one knows what the fuck is going on anymore. Like, every day it feels like there's a new thing that's happening. I've got 20 points. Dinosaur koi thing with the flaming blade. What else? Hey, yeah, let's just like. Oh, hello, friends. I mean, like, come on, like, isn't it just like the game that you've always wanted? You can get a mod for real mode with dinosaurs. Hell yeah! All my home is like dinosaurs. Oh, I think I just aggroed so many things. How many things have I aggroed? Oh, they're all dead. I mean, just like, it's such an absurd concept. Like, they just kind of have to love it and appreciate it for what it is. The music's loud though. Oh my god, yeah. I mean, like, to be fair, Microsoft is a terrible company. Everything is going terribly for everything they've put out has been shit. Windows 11 is actual fucking garbage. Like, I'm sorry, but it is. Windows 11 is the biggest lump of shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. And the fact that I'm almost entirely forced to use it just makes me sad. I want to find a boss. No. Please be a boss here. Oh, he looks bossy. Ooh, that's like a big old dinosaur. Look at this guy. Am I gonna help him, or is this... What's happening here? Okay, they're all running away. I want to... What? No, fuck off, I don't care. Random theory without proof equals whatever. I mean, it's not that there's, like, not proof. It's just the fact that every time we... Like, the proof is only as long as the proof lasts for. But I mean, like, I can't then also, like, it's just hard to justify fucking anything, really. And it's always like, oh, there's the expansion theory. Then it's like, oh, but maybe this isn't 100% true. We don't really know what's going on anymore. So, it's hard. Linux needs to be more user-friendly. There could be... Yeah, I agree with that. Linux is just too complicated. I want to go to Linux, to be honest with you. But at the same time, there's a lot that I lose. Okay, there we go. Hello, friends. Oh, God. Theories out reality is headcanon is a fiction. I mean, yeah. No, they didn't release the game, unfortunately. I'm just playing the demo. Because I only discovered it's today. So I figured it'd be fun. Oh no, I got 3 fucking health in a dream. Oh no, I'm dead. Sparking Sword Collection is a perk. It's so... and honestly, like, the combat system is not terrible. Like, for an early access game, like, the combat system is pretty good. Hey, thanks, Nicholas. Isn't a theory just a theory? There's no... No. A theory is basically something that we have evidence for but hasn't quite been put into fact. Like, a theory is a formal thing. It's a hypothesis that's like something that doesn't really have any evidence to suggest that it exists. This game is so fucking metal though, like... I thought I turned off the fucking music. Oh no. No. A theory is something that has evidence, like a lot of evidence to suggest that it exists. A hypothesis is something that doesn't have much evidence to suggest that it exists. So basically, a theory is when you have evidence and you are giving your best speculation based on all of the evidence that you have at hand. That's what a theory is. It's not betting on nothing. It's betting on the evidence that you have and coming up with something that makes sense. What do you mean? Of course it could be tied back to you. A theory, if you want a theory to be taken seriously, it needs to be peer reviewed. So you need to have your peers say whether or not it makes sense or not. Oh no! Whoa, Jesus Christ. Whoa, thank you for the 50, man. Jesus, I was...
From X's perspective, but your general
Wait,
comedic talent. Hope you have a good year, mate.
Oh, thank you for the $50, mate. The beginning of my year just got a whole lot better. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Wow. I've never actually received a donation that big. That's crazy. Oh. Eternity Egg? Okay, let's have a look at that one. Oh. Maybe that $50 just... Wow. And this is a wow. Oh, okay. Oh, this is like fucking 2000s vibes, isn't it? Wow, this is almost like Spyro, isn't it? In other words, for a theory to be valid, it needs substantial evidence and then proven with others like... Yeah, exactly. A theory is a broad, well-sustained explanation for a wide variety of observations built from extensive evidence, repeated tests, and scientific consensus. Exactly. That's exactly what a theory is. So that it's not like betting on nothing. It's like literally taking everything that we have on hand, coming up with the best thing we can with everything that we have on hand, and making sure that... And like... there's obviously like a rigor to it as well. Like it is a rigorous thing. No, you can't just like say like, you know, if someone sits there and says like, we have a theory that we're in a fucking black hole, like there's a rigor that's gone into that. Someone has like sat down and like really thought about that hard, and it's like, that's pretty cool, actually. Someone sat down, was just like, hang on a sec. Like, they must have been stoned. And then, like, they had this stone thought, and we just thought, we're in a fucking black hole. I know it. And then what they did is they were so stoned that they went and did the math on it and was just like, hey, yeah, this actually fucking checks out. Wow. It's a Memphis Junior / Silicon Dreams aesthetics. So I really dig it. Yeah, it's awesome. About bubble theory? What is bubble theory? Oh, it's like multiverse theory. What do you mean? What do you mean? Which one are you talking about? You're talking about the fucking are you talking about this shit? You're talking about this shit. Or are you talking about economic? What are we doing here? Multiple okay. There's a lot of things. No, but there is climate change is unequivocally provable, and it is demonstrably provable. That's the problem. Like all of the data that we have backs up that man-made climate change is a thing that is happening, and it's happening quickly, and it's going to probably at least it's going to do a lot of damage to the planet if we don't do fucking something soon. Like this is not a theory. That is like a well, yeah, it is a theory, but it's like to say that just means nothing past randomness is woefully. No. It's not about the climate the climate always changes. It's the fact that the rapid, it probably is, but like I don't think he is. The rapid accumulation of temperature differential over the last 200 years has been absolutely insane, and the equivalent of something like a volcano going off, like a super volcano, right? It's the same level of like changes in a climate as like a super volcano. Yes, but when the climate changes, it's normally over the course of like 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million years, right? That's like a normal progression. 200 years on a global scale. Yes, the climate always changes, but not this rapidly. Like, not this rapidly without something sitting there creating it happening. Yes, it is because of humans. There is nothing else that is contributing to this level of change. Like, if it was a normal, periodic, episodic fact of the planet just changing over time, it would have happened over the course of like 10,000 fucking years like it always does. But what we have seen is a rapid exponential spike as soon as we came out of the Industrial Revolution, right? In this particular instance, correlation is causation because it is very clearly done by us. And it's not even a debate at this point. It is 100% because of our intervention on the planet that this is happening. Because there are no volcanoes going off. There are no meteors hitting our planet. There has been nothing that has happened over the last 200 years to warrant this level of change over a 200-year period. Like, if this was like 10,000 fucking years, we had a 1.5 degree temperature change or a 2 degree temperature change, fine. It's normal, par for the course. Okay, well, yeah, but that's not necessarily to sit there and say that he was wrong. He was just hyperbolic, right? It's not to sit there and say that there won't be fucking problems that come about. It's just the fact that it maybe that people have like not overestimated, but there has been a gradual decline, mostly because of the uptake of renewables from countries like China. If China was still at the same levels of pollution that it was like, if China was going to progress at the same levels as it was doing like for the last 20 years and wasn't moving towards renewables, we would be in a big fucking problem, right? But the fact of the matter is, America wants to go back to fucking oil, which is crazy. Like, it's so crazy. It's so absurd, right? Want to go back to oil for no fucking reason other than it's just cheap, right? And it's like, there is a demonstrable negative consequence every degree. How many of Al Gore's claims have become a thing today? Well, aside from the fact that the coral reefs are bleaching and everything is like pretty fucking bad. Like, we are having adverse weathers. The El Nino Southern Oscillation is increasingly becoming episodic. It's like, normally, La Nina and El Nino are meant to be in a semi-random cycle, but now we've gone from El Nino to La Nina to El Nino to La Nina, right, over the course of the last few years, which is not normal, right? We are having more hurricanes, we're having more adverse weathers, we're having way more floods, way more cyclones. Everything is just like, is like, you've got way more storms, way more bushfires. All of these are happening because we have fucked with the climate. Because our presence has negatively impacted the world. Like, yeah, less bugs as well. Let's not even go into the fact that there are less bugs in this world. We don't even know what kind of damage that has done. Because it's like, how can we? Like, it's... The fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter if there is less, if it's not as bad as they thought it was going to be. The fact of the matter is it's still going to be fucking bad, right? There's still going to be a lot of problems if we don't curtail our fucking use of like fossil fuels, like irrespective of like whether or not, like. But also, you need to remember, if the worst does happen and the humanity is set back to like pre-civilization levels, you know, we're all sent back to hunter-gatherers. If there is not easily accessible resources, human beings, if we get set back to like a hunter-gatherer society, will never become an advanced civilization ever again, because we've already extracted all of the easily available resources on the planet. So we should keep a little bit of that, so in the future, if we do fuck ourselves up, we might have like a small ray of sunshine that we could actually pick ourselves back up again. Like, just call me crazy, just like have a little insurance positive, like, you know, there, so that way we can just like not go back to being like, you know, well, actually maybe that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but you know what I mean. So it's not really about Al Gore's claims. It's moreover the fact that there is still a detrimental effect of excessively going through, like, you know, especially with oil and gas and everything, when we can just very easily. Well, it's ice-free. I mean, like, it's like we're not ice-free, but fuck me, we're getting pretty close to it. And we are, and okay. Oh, you wanna talk about something like just today? You wanna talk about something, right? What happened just this fucking year? All right.
Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to 2026. I really wish I could bring some positivity with me forward into the new year, but unfortunately, I really can't. The situation here is looking really dire. It's all very, very depressing. This has to have been one of the warmest and driest Decembers on record for this part of the Alps. I've not seen any official statistics yet, but here's some data from Grand Bonnand, which is just over the hill over there in the Aravis. And there, the temperatures were consistently above zero at 1400 metres for 18 days straight in December. That's just insane. So that's virtually the whole of December without any frost at 1400 metres. And there's not been any measurable precipitation in that part of the world since the 7th of December. And that was rain up to above 2,000 metres as well, so virtually no snow throughout the whole of December, which is really depressing. In terms of snow cover, this is one of the leanest snowpacks at lower and mid altitudes in living memory for late December, where you'd normally expect to have 30 to 40 centimetres of a base up at around 1,500 metres. There's currently effectively zero.
Right, that's just a small snippet, right? That's just a small little bit, right? And this is an ongoing trend that we're seeing for the last like fucking 10 years. Like, I don't want to sit there and use like ski resorts. Okay, yes, Al Gore can be considered hyperbolic, but it shouldn't detract from the overall messaging. Like, we shouldn't detract the fact that we are having a detrimental and negative impact on this planet. And if we don't curtail it, it's going to be fucking problematic for us going forward in this world. Right? Like, it's just like, okay, how many people on the other side are just as fucking hyperbolic? Like, everyone is hyperbolic. Everyone is always gravitating to the extremes, you know? Like, but the fact of the matter is like, we should still, you know, listen to people when they say, hey, if we do this, we're gonna fuck shit up, because 9 out of 10 times that person's done the math, and 9 out of 10 times that person is smarter than me, and therefore I kind of assume that they've at least thought about it. And with, especially with like climate science as well, what do you mean make people doubtful? You should make people doubtful. Like, it is very much the most, well, it's probably one of the most pressing concerns of our generation. Well, granted, nowadays we have AI to go up there, but it's still pretty bad, and that's just going to exacerbate the situation even more so, because now, for some other fucking inexplicable reason, they want to use gas generators for fucking AI data farms. Woo! What the fuck are we doing? No, the dinosaurs got a fucking comet to the face. like that's what happened there. The dinosaurs got a comet to the face, and that's what I'm saying, right? The fact of the matter is, the humanity's intervention on this planet has created like a species extinction level of the same amount almost as the dinosaurs. We have like put almost the same amount of species into extinction since we came about as the dinosaurs did from the comet. Like, that's a pretty big fucking problem. Am I just crazy for thinking that you know, losing that many species on a planet without really any recourse is maybe just like a small tiny bit of an issue? Like, we don't know what like negative impact that has on the rest of the planet. The worldwide governments stop their bullshit. I mean, yeah. Oh yeah. No one's fucking psychic about these things. We can only base things that, like changes in the climate and ecology based on what we already experienced. Even if this guy is 100% correct, people like Al Gore, you really have it out for Al Gore. I think you just need to like hash out your grievances with him, to be honest, man. Like, it just sounds like you just don't like Al Gore for some reason. Fair enough, but I just don't think that you should completely disregard an entire science just because you don't like one fucking guy. Like, that's like me sitting there saying I hate all of America because I don't like Trump. Like, that's like, it's like, it completely, like, doesn't make sense. At least, well, yeah, that's basically the fucking the game plan for Russia, though, isn't it? They want the planet to get warmer so that Russia will have access to more fucking sailing routes in the North Sea, and that's why Greenland is so important to fucking America, because they don't want to slow down and like actually have like a functioning planet. They want to get the North Sea opened up. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. No, not the North Sea, but the Arctic Sea opened up. Half the world has been at war since the Cold War. It feels like it never stopped. I mean, like, I think that's a bit of a disingenuous statement. Like, technically speaking, up until like the last like 5 years, we had like, you know, I guess since like the 1995, aside from like, you know, the Middle East, I would say like the planet has had like a relative state of peace, compared to like the last like fucking 300 years. Like, you know, if you go back to like the 17 to 19 2000s, like literally everyone was at war. The USA, from Trump's perspective, is basically just, how can I screw this up for my own benefit? And that's basically the game plan here for Trump. Gotta love how Russia and America are just screwing over the world to one up each other. I doubt for the AI Al Gore is legit. I mean, like, it's fine, but it sounds like you just have grievances with Al Gore. Like, fine, you can have grievances with Al Gore, but what I'm saying is, like, don't use him as a straw man to deny climate change. I think that's not a good thing to do. You could be pissed off with Al Gore. Fair enough. I don't care. That's your bag. That's your thing. But to disregard an entire science just because you disagree with one guy who's only a science communicator and was just a fucking vice president, he wasn't actually like a person that actually did any of the science. It's just like it's a bit wrong. That would be way too political. Yeah, but I mean, like that argument, you can definitely make the same case for the Republicans too. If anything, like it's just like, you know, the Republicans have done worse for the environment than the Democrats, as a general rule. As a general rule, Donald Trump decided to shelve how many fucking nuclear reactors? And also he also shelved a lot of like renewable energy things that were coming in the last few years. Like, I'm not saying this like saying the Democrats are much better, but to like if we want to talk about corruption, how much has Donald Trump's net worth increased in the last year? Like Donald Trump's net worth is like double. Like Donald Trump's entire family's net worth has doubled in the last year. No, climate change is not dumb. Okay, let's say climate catastrophe. Then is that better? All right, I'll from now on I'll call it climate catastrophe. Like, because that's what it is. It's a climate catastrophe. That's all we need to know. No, the reason why Al Gore was the fucking poster boy is because he did The Inconvenient Truth. He wasn't actually the poster boy for climate change or climate catastrophe. He wasn't the poster boy for climate catastrophe. He was just he just did that one thing. Suddenly caught political. It's better than it being religious. Normally we go into religion. So I'm kind of glad it's political this time around. Right, is it political? It's more like like, it's just the fact that there is so much money especially in big oil in the US, that it's like you could like the corruption in the US is absolutely enormous. Oh, normally we have like religious conversations, to be honest with you, because we normally talk about philosophy and stuff. But this is different. Oh yeah, Man Bear Pig was amazing. Energy politics goes beyond normal politics. It does, because energy politics is like is where the money is for the most part. You know, especially with oil historically, like that's where all of the money has been. Take everything with a grain of salt. You don't know what they're telling me. Yeah, I think they do. I think neither do they. No, of course not. They're not going to tell you the whole thing. Yeah, but I mean, like, you could say that about being brainwashed by fucking everything. Everything's a cult these days. Like, everything is a cult. Oh, oh my god. Okay, climate. Like, brother, you're. Like, I'm sorry, but you are woefully ignorant of this. Like, you are deep into the Dunning-Kruger fallacy, right? I'm sorry, but you are. Like, you are deep in Dunning-Kruger. Yeah, he's either rage baiting or he's really Dunning-Kruger. Because there is no logical explanation for this. Like, either this is like some actual, like, I'll say maybe 4 out of 10 rage bait, but like, I hope it's rage bait, because like the only other explanation is Dunning-Kruger, and like that's a like is. People aren't brainwashed because they said climate change. Because the evidence backs up the fact that we are having an enormous detrimental effect on the planet. And anything that has tried to disprove that has come about as being wrong or with wrong data. And then there's also the fact that people like the companies like Shell and like other gas companies realized about the climate catastrophe in the 80s and covered it up and tried to make it good. Like this is something that happened. This is not that like they tried to brainwash people into the opposite. Very, very, very hard, actually. They really tried their best to brainwash people in the opposite. Like, it's just... I don't know why. Okay, brother. You can hate the climate, but ultimately, I'm gonna just... Okay. You always hope the flat Earth's a rage beta. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's more about just wanting to have like intellectual superiority over other people. People want so badly to have like something that differentiates themselves from some other people that they'll latch onto some obscure belief system, find ways of rationalizing it. And then, oh, I just realized that this is... Well, there goes... Oh, that's fine. Whatever. Yeah, they'll find ways of rationalizing it, right? Because it's like... A lot of people, they just want to seem that they are in the know... They are smarter, and they know something that other people don't. How did I grow my mustache? Just let it grow, I guess. Have you seen that video of the script? Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy. So yeah, we talk about this is what I mean. I don't like the music's kind of a problem though. Can I have it without the music? Thank you. Can I get the subject away from the climate change before it gets worse? I don't know. I mean, like, it's good engagement, to be honest with you. It's nice to have someone to, like, kind of talk about it. Because, like, you know, the fact of the matter is I'll never change his opinion. To be honest with you. Like, changing his, like, you know, it's very hard to change the opinion of the person that you're debating. Because it's like, it's not, when you're debating someone, you're trying to change their opinion. And especially if you're debating people around other people, you're trying to find, like, you know, you're supposed to not change the opinion of other people. I mean, you can do that, but it's more about demonstrating to other people your belief systems through, like, arguments and, you know, I guess you could, like, and what's it called? You know, a debate. So it's not really, I'm not really trying to, like, convince him that he's right or wrong, but rather show you guys my stances, and, you know, we see each other where all of our stances are, so that way we're having, like, a community engagement thing. But there is no reason that, there'd be no way that I can change his thing. Yeah, give him my perspective. But either way, it's, anyway, wait, I got, so, this, my friend, this is where you are. This is where you are. Because what's happened is, you don't know anything of what you're talking about, In which case you've got to this, but you think you do. You think you've done a few little bits and pieces to confirm your belief system, right? And you need to go down into here. So that way we can actually have an honest discussion and an honest conversation. Actually go and like learn and research and actually like look into it in less than a surface level understanding, and also go into it without it in a way that allows you to actually see what other people are talking about. Like, and actually what the science says and what the evidence says. Like, because what's happening now is, I don't know if you're being sincere, I don't know if you're rage baiting, I don't know what you're doing, but if you are being sincere, and you are obviously holding all of these grievances to these things, one, like, you know, you come in across as like, well, for what, like, you know, this was like a unprompted, you know, thing that you were talking about. Like, you brought this conversation into the chat, right? So it's something that's obviously been on your mind, and it's something that you need to figure out for yourself and actually go and understand and learn. Because what you've said so far, your argument is basically, to this point that we've gone through this entire night, over this course of this conversation, has been, I don't like Al Gore, therefore climate change doesn't exist. That's your entire argument. Or, it's not as bad as what they said, ergo, it doesn't exist. Or we don't need to worry about it. Climate change has not been a problem since ancient Egypt. I mean, like, there were problems in the climate, sure, and like you have famines and you have droughts and you have all of these things that happen. Yes, that does happen. But what we're seeing is a very rapid but I'd like to see like actual real, like, clear-cut data. We're seeing like a very rapid change in temperature. And like, yeah, things aren't so bad now, but we don't know how bad they're gonna be in the next like fucking 20 years. That's the problem. This is like sitting there and filling up a glass of water or something with a fucking tap on, and looking at the bottom of the glass as the water's going up, and you're just like, oh, it's not that bad. Nothing bad's happening yet. So you just turn away and you don't worry about it, and then all of a sudden you've got an overflowing glass. That's basically what's happening here. Like, we haven't, like, I mean, it's like, the thing is, we need to be thinking about before the glass overflows, not after. We don't want to, like, fix the problem. We want to prevent the problems from happening. Because prevention, like, if you knew that on fucking, like, April 24th, you were going to get shot in the head because you went to fucking, I don't know, Walmart or some shit, you would probably avoid going to Walmart on April 24th so you don't get shot in the fucking head. Right? That's basically what's going on there. Like, that's basically what's happening. Okay, you haven't got shot in the head right now. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Could not believe in climate change would also be because of propaganda? Of course it is. Everything is propaganda. At the end of the day, everything is propaganda. All you can do, realistically, as an individual, is go and look at actual science from people that have done science all over the world, become a peer person that looks at all of the independent studies that people do, look for corroborations, and actually find out what makes sense. Rather than looking at individual things, you look at everything that you can and try to create a broad spectrum picture of the things that are in front of you. And I mean that with everything. Don't just look at fucking CNN or Fox News. Look at all of them together, and then that way you can get an amalgamation of all the things that are happening, and you can actually create your own opinion, not biased by one other person's political leanings. But the problem with the things like climate change is the fact that we have a wealth of science that backs up what is actually happening, and therefore to deny it is just tantamount to stupidity. Because it's literally like sitting there saying that you've got a fucking punch coming directly to your face, and you're just like, oh, nothing bad's gonna happen. Like, I'm sorry, but it is. Oh, sorry, Christian. How's it going, mate? But yeah, everything is fucking propaganda at the end of the day. But that's the only way you can create your mind to not be like fall into propaganda. Like, I look at like left-wing pundits, I look at right-wing pundits, I look at fucking like all different political leaning things, because I just don't want to fall into the trap. But I still lean left, right? Like, I 100% lean left because I believe in social services. I believe in infrastructure. I want people to have a safety net. I don't want people to suffer. I want to pay my taxes so people can have a good life and have healthcare. Like, I'm sorry, like, I just want that for people. Like, I want people to have a good life. So, of course I would lean left. I don't believe that capitalism is the best thing that's ever existed. So, I don't necessarily want that in my life. I like the free market to an extent, but I don't think the way that it's done when it's unregulated is particularly useful for the general population. It's great for some people, but it's terrible for almost everyone else, so I just don't like it. You're looking to educated perspectives, yeah. Can I do Ace Combat 7 from the perspective of the drones? Probably not. I would legit like to know why climate change is legit versus it being propaganda, because either aisle that you look on, right? Even if you go into climate change denial, it's still propaganda, just the other fucking way. Like, it is. It's just propaganda. You are being conditioned by the oil company to tell you that there's nothing going on. But here's the kicker. The oil company has a monetary incentive to lie to you about it. Like, there is no monetary incentive for the fucking scientists to do all this data and say, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this, because they don't have stocks in oil. They don't have stock in gas. They don't have any of this shit, right? But the gas company sitting there saying, hey guys, we're all good. Yes, they do have a financial incentive to tell you that everything is all right. And why not? Because, one, I don't know Ace Combat 7s. And two, the perspective series is going to be a lot lower frequency. They do want they sweet research. Oh yeah, the fucking like $20,000 a year that they get for research. Like, come on, what are we doing? Like, compared to, I don't know, billions of dollars in oil per fucking month for a company. Like, it's, oh my lord. What you care about is the truth, then look at the science. Like, actually follow the science. Don't look into the fucking, what the companies are telling you. Look into the actual science. Truth is in the long-term data? Exactly. Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't care about fucking Al Gore. Solar energy burns more carbon than nuclear energy, so it's not necessarily the cleanest. Oh yeah, no, I don't necessarily agree with solar energy. We don't know the long-term consequences of absorbing that much of the sunlight into specific locations of the planet. We don't know the environmental impact that we can have from altering such extensive like land masses with solar panels, or even wind panels for that matter, right? We don't know what can happen with that. Thorium reactors? I don't know about that. Could be like, I mean, the problem with thorium is just the fact that no one wants to fucking do it, and there's not really the technology right now. So, and no one wants to put the money into the technology. So it's just a big problem. How did it change from other countries when I last left? How did it change from other countries when I last to climate change? I don't know, because I don't know. We got talking about this from Drew. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like these days, like wind is fine. The problem with wind though is it kills birds, which is a big problem too. But you know, probably better to like murder a few birds than it is to like rigorously pollute the sky with cancer tire shit, innit? Like, straight up. Everything is complex when it comes to renewable energy. It is. Renewal, like, there is no quick fix. That's the problem. That's like, that is the big problem. There is nothing in this world that will give us the immediate solution, and the problem is that we are Steam. how many different ways could we fucking boil water to get our energy? That's basically it. At the end of the day, oh, okay. No, yes. I thought you were making a joke about Steam being the ultimate form of generating energy. No matter what we do, we're always just boiling water. Probably kills less birds in the long run than burning fossils. Yeah, most likely, yeah. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that there is legitimately no quick fix. Yeah, we do need to figure it out. Current day problems is basically give nuclear tech to everyone, hope they don't bomb each other with it. Oh god. Can we change the subject to something else? I mean, people are vibing with the climate change. Every time we try and change it, it just gets straight back to climate change. Climate change anyway. So, what would you rather we talk about? How about instead of saying like, can we change the subject to something else? Why don't you give us the conversational subject to change to? What should I call every morning? Do you get my? No, I do not. What? I have a monobrow. Yeah, 1,000 hamsters. I mean, saying like nuclear energy has 0 emissions is a bit wrong. Like, because you do have like nuclear fallout, like nuclear radiation that you need to contain to the point that you can use it again. Like, what was the biggest insect I saw in Australia? I didn't really see that many insects, to be honest with you. What did I see? I don't really remember. I think I saw a bigger spot. Yeah, I saw like fucking huntsman. Yeah, I saw one of these. I saw loads of these actually. They're pretty cool though. But I would like one horse-sized duck. I would like a horse-sized duck, to be honest with you. Don't have crazy spider season out there? Nah, depends how you define crazy. I've seen one of these though, but this is in Brazil. That's pretty cool. As a backpacker, do you have any had to be there to believe the stories? I'm pretty sure I have like a fucking 100 of those, to be honest with you. But I don't remember any of them right now. They normally just come when I'm like ready. Ducks are weak, hollow bones, 90% intimidation, weak to grapple, blunt damage. They're fucking great. Hey, let's not let's not throw shade at fucking ducks. How dare you? Look, we all know that ducks are fucking rapists and, you know, horrible things, but they are very cute. God write memes, apparently. I don't know System Shock either. Basically, like, this is something we should probably have an honest discussion about. If you think that I'm like, with the perspective series, because I'm taking like I'm starting to do it less frequently. If it's not a big villain or a big thing, the chances of me doing it is very low. All I hate on was politicians lying. I'm not hating on you, brother. I just think that you need to you say you want the truth and you want like an honest, you want to see like what's really going on, but you're saying that climate change denial is fine and not propaganda. You're saying climate change is propaganda when they're both propaganda. I'm saying they're both propaganda. Like, they are both propaganda, no matter which way you go down the aisle. But the problem is the fact that the climate catastrophe actually has science to back it up, whereas the climate denial stuff is moreover things that are happening for the oil companies, and they have a direct financial incentive to lie to you. Yeah. Dolphins versus apes, brain battle, who's winning? I would say probably dolphins. Okay, brother. Okay, we're gonna drop this whole thing now, because we're just gonna keep on going round and round and round circles, and it's just it's not a functional use of time anymore. You versus an ape. Are you talking about like in terms of like strength, or in terms of like mental capacity? Because I mean, like there's some things that chimps can do that will absolutely destroy you. I'm not gonna lie. Every way? Okay, bro. Yeah. Sure, the climate always changes. Fine. You do you, brother. I mean, you get absolutely annihilated in every way physical by an ape. Doesn't matter what ape. Like, you'll get fucked. Straight up. In the ass. Every day of the week. If hot dogs had legs, would they run like a human or like a dog? They would like a... they would probably run like a dog, because I can imagine if you were like a stick with that much, like, and it depends how long the legs are, right? Because it's like, you know, how would I... You know, you think about like a hot dog standing up is very long, so you'd need like long legs to make it work, right? But if it's like that, you only need like very short legs to make it work. Like, because, you know, like we're pretty, you know, actually when you think about it, like we're kind of like, oh, whoopsies. Like we're kind of like we like kind of hot dog shaped, right, as humans, and we have like relatively long legs to keep ourselves balanced. So I would say that probably this would be like more efficient for a hot dog in terms of like actual locomotion, whereas this, they would need like so much more structure for this one. Maybe you, but me and Bobo are tight. I didn't know you know Bobo like that. Bobo's fucking... He's a... Anyway. I think I'm at the point of my limit, to be honest with you. It's been a lot. I've now been... I appreciate the 10 out of 10. Oh, this is my artistic... my artistic talent's coming out in full swing, you know? It would just be a sausage dog, would it not? It would just be a sausage dog, wouldn't it? I mean, in terms of games, like I think the only game I'm going to be doing is Arthas. Tay, no Pargiphilia. No. I would do Arthas. If I was doing any game right now, it'd be Arthas. So yeah. Alright guys. I shall see you another time. Until next time, thanks for tuning in.